starting the second game of our triple header, as it will be the Jackson Giants taking on the Laramie Rangers, as Max Mitchell and Jake Nichols will have this game for you. I'm going to take you through the pregame show, but when we come back, we'll have an interview with Cody Beers as part of our Jake Major with the Bullock Agency pregame show on the Big Property Country's Bobby Dolezal pregame show. When we come back, we'll have Cody Beers.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dolezal, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Get back to feeling your best with Evanston Regional Hospital Physical Therapy. If you find yourself struggling with pain or limited mobility in your everyday life, your recovery starts here. With a personalized treatment plan just for you, our experienced physical therapists will help you every step of the way to reach your goals and get back to doing what you love. Call us today to schedule an appointment. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Fresh and flavorful ingredients are what makes the best restaurants great. At El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, each entree is prepared with only the freshest and tastiest ingredients. The menu includes everything from tacos to steak, fresh fruit waffles to omelets, and mouth-watering burgers to sandwiches. Come in and enjoy a meal today at the new El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant inside the Log Cabin on Bear River Drive.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Napa know-how isn't just for guys like this. Power tools. Every driver deserves quality parts. Practical and cool. So you can do it yourself with Napa Auto Parts or get it done for you at a Napa Auto Care Center. Which means Napa know-how is for you, karaoke car lady. And never popped a hood guy?
I can pop a hood.
You too, Mr. Park a mile away. Oh yeah. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how. Covalos, your one-stop farm and auto shop.
Helping young people grow into productive adults is like putting a puzzle together. Each aspect of life is equal to one puzzle piece. Restful sleep, a healthy breakfast, a positive experience at home before school sets the tone for the whole day. Positive student interaction with teachers, district staff, coaches, and peers all add to the puzzle. At Uintah County School District Number 6, we work hard to make each puzzle piece meaningful and powerful for every student. By working together, we can help every student grow into a masterpiece. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
Hey there, I'm Jake Major, your local Medicare and insurance benefits advisor for the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. With over 25 years of experience protecting families in rural America, we understand the importance of having an affordable insurance coverage. Whether you're searching for extra coverage or looking to understand and switch your Medicare options, I can help you find a range of top-rated insurance companies and tailor-made packages based on your needs. Call me, Jake Major, today at 307-209-4685 and let's discuss your insurance options. We're the Bullock Agency of Wyoming when benefits matter.
here with Cody Beers. He is the public relations specialist with WYDOT, as well as a member of the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition and a big fan of American Legion Baseball, of course. Cody, you were the state chairman for a number of years, and here we are at state tournament time, and of course, our state tournament broadcast brought to everybody by people at the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition and Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. And Cody, Wyoming is unique in the fact that it's not irregular to travel 4 hours one way to a game. So really getting the word out there to buckle up those seatbelts and make sure you arrive not only at the game safe, but back home safe. It's really important to get that word out there.
Well, when you talk baseball from people around the region, across the country, that road trip emphasis in Wyoming, it's very difficult for people to understand, because you're right. I mean, it's common to climb in a bus with your kids if you're a Legion coach in Wyoming and, drive from Powell to Green River, or Douglas to Cheyenne and back. I mean, Douglas to Cody and back. Long drives, good baseball, but then that road trip home requires a lot of Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, and a lot of sunflower seeds for the coach, because often the coach has to drive the team to the game, coach the doubleheader, and then drive back home while the players are sleeping. So it's long road trips. It's good baseball, but that's life in Wyoming, and we embrace it. I mean, we are in state tournament season. Just had a walk-off of Cheyenne beat Jackson in the C state championship game. And so, I mean, it's an exciting time of the year, and I'd just like to encourage everyone to, get there safely by buckling your seatbelt, and then get back home safely by buckling that seatbelt. Every ride, every time, it's that important.
So, as a former chairman of American Legion Baseball, what does tournament time mean to you?
Well, tournament time is, the culmination of everything that starts back in January or February for these teams. The preseason work in the winter, getting up, scraping your windows, heading into the indoor practice facility, and doing your work in the preseason for that short 2-month season, basically, May, June into July, often, 2 to 3 month season in Wyoming. So a lot of preparation, both from a administrative standpoint and a coaching standpoint, and of course from a fundraising standpoint, because American Legion Baseball is kind of pay to play venue in Wyoming. So people, they don't understand that all this effort goes in before the season, after the season. They just see the regular season games and then state tournament games being played. So just know that, these towns, the town teams, the coaches, the boards, most of it volunteer, even though the coaches are paid somewhat. Some teams don't pay their coaches in Wyoming, and give a tip of the hat to those people. But it just creates a lot of admiration from guys like me who've been doing this thing for 20, 30 years. To keep baseball alive in Wyoming, it's a big deal, and these towns support their kids, and the businesses support their kids, and it wouldn't be possible for you guys to be broadcasting it without the support of all the sponsors, the advertisers, the families, and of course your radio stations. So we appreciate everything that you guys are about, and we appreciate this group of folks in Wyoming that loves baseball and keeps it going from year to year.
You talked a little bit about how important it is for the players and the coaches, of course, to buckle up every ride, every time. But also the unsung heroes of this whole thing are the parents. I mean, they're traveling by themselves. They're putting their hard-earned money into hotel rooms and giving up their weekends to go and support their players. Can we talk a little bit about the dedication that we see from the people that are not inside the dugout, but instead it's the people that fill up the stands?
Well, that goes without saying that these parents are dishing out hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to see their sons play American Legion baseball, to watch, to help, to bring an extra case of water or Gatorade along and just support what these teams are trying to accomplish. And that's a possible trip to the regional at the A level, and of course at AA, the Legion World Series. It's a big commitment by families, by kids, by parents, all across Wyoming, from Jackson to Gillette to Cheyenne to Wheatland, down in the southwest corner to Evanston, up in the central part of the state where Lander has rejoined Legion Baseball, on up to Powell and Lovell. I mean, it's just a big commitment, and so everybody comes together. I've heard more of the idea that people are renting houses together, staying together even in these tournaments, because, man, it is a big hit on the wallet every year. And for kids to keep playing baseball, there's an opportunity to play after high school for some of these kids. But for the most part, I mean, this is their opportunity to play a great game, build friends for life, and travel Wyoming and see the sights. And I can't think of a better way to do that than by being safe, buckling that seatbelt, making sure that we all arrive safely to and from, these games, these tournaments, watching out for each other and communicating and, just being safe. And that's really what it's about. I mean, go out, compete at the highest level, and then return home safely to your regular life, but use your skills you've built in baseball. That translates very well to football, basketball, wrestling, swimming, the gamut of high school sports. Baseball, while it's not a high school sanctioned sport in Wyoming, is still a really big deal. If you talk to college recruiters and people interested in recruiting that multi-sport athlete that has many different skills, baseball plays a big role in that.
That is Cody Beers with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Cody, thank you so much for your support. Without you guys, we definitely could not be broadcasting these state tournaments. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Well, just ask the people every time, every ride, when you climb in that vehicle, click that seatbelt. And whether you're going to the store, whether you're going to a baseball game or a tournament clear across the state, be safe and watch out and drive defensively, because this time of year there's a lot of people out there on the road. So let's take care of each other and, go Wyoming baseball.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
It's a great time to check out the digital banking options at Trona Valley Federal Credit Union and skip the trip. Members who enroll in digital banking can make deposits remotely, check bank balances, transfer money between accounts, make loan payments, and use automatic bill pay options. You can even connect Quicken or QuickBooks to your Trona Valley digital banking accounts. Learn how digital banking with Trona Valley Federal Credit Union can make your life simpler. Stop in today. Member NCUA. Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When you get to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. Best Western Dunmar Inn, Evanston.
I'm Officer Kevin Malatesta, Public Information Officer for the Cheyenne Police Department. Cheyenne Police Department, for the May mobilization, is really looking for people who aren't seatbelted in their cars. It's a secondary violation in Wyoming, but as we make traffic stops for speeding, cell phones, whatever it may be, we're going to be looking to make sure that people have their seatbelts on. As we've gone over, seatbelts do save lives, and way too many people in Wyoming aren't wearing them. We want to make sure that people get home safely, get to see their families again. So if they're involved in a car accident and that seatbelt is on, there's a much higher likelihood of that person making it through that accident, making it through without injuries even. When we have crashes without seatbelts, the consequences are much more severe.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uintah County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Early mornings, tired muscles, pride, and grit. At Varsity Inc., we know how much work goes into building competitive teams. We work hard providing the gear you need to celebrate the teams you love. Be your athlete's biggest fan in apparel from Varsity Inc. Come in today, 926 Main Street, Evanston.
And your Jackson Giants. We will announce the teams and you'll take the line. And then we'll announce, we will repeat the code of sportsmanship, and then we'll play ball. The visiting team is the Laramie Rangers. Number 67, playing short, is Ben Malone. Number 10 in left field is Diego Herrera. Number 2 in center field, Brandon Chavez. Number 8, catching, Peyton Moore. Number 9, third base, Griffin Webb. Number 4 is the pitcher today, Mason Branch. Number 14 in right field, Aiden Buchanan. Number 12 at second base, Sam Hoyt. Number 7, first base, Jace Moniz. Number 3, Reese McIntyre. Number 5, Brandon Wagner. Number 13, Trace Looney. Number 17, Mason Aragon. Number 27, Trip Looney. Coaching staff is Aaron Lozano and Conrad Chavez.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good close game, tight game.
And now for your hometown Jackson Giants, number 3, catcher Aiden Grayland. Number 2 at second base, Xander Witt. Number 4 in right field, Ethan Garner. Number 6, shortstop, Grayson Castillo. Number 8 at left field, Matt Fisher. Number 11, center field, Mason Wright. Number 18, Lucas Grayland at first. The DH is number 27, Wayne Wilkes. Number 14 at third base, Bridger Hammond. Pitching today is number 22, Aaron Huggins. Number 1, Ike Cope. Number 5, Bridger Oldenhausen. Number 9, David Garcia. Number 12, Brandon Witt. Number 17, Wyatt Collins. Number 24, Alex Kahn. 25, Warren Newton. And number 32, Kate Wiley. Coaching staff is head coach Jason Huggins, John Fisher, Cody Hansen, Patrick Renz, and Randy Strand. Gentlemen, please face the score booth. Remove your hats. Repeat the code of sportsmanship after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Let's play ball. Our umpires for this game is Josh Henry behind the plate, Craig Mills, and
You're enjoying Giants baseball, Jackson Hole Radio.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When you get to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. Best Western Dunmar Inn, Evanston.
I'm Officer Kevin Malatesta, Public Information Officer for the Cheyenne Police Department. Cheyenne Police Department for the May mobilization is really looking for people who aren't seatbelted in their cars. It's a secondary violation in Wyoming, but as we make traffic stops for speeding, cell phones, whatever it may be, we're going to be looking to make sure that people have their seatbelts on. As we've gone over, seatbelts do save lives, and way too many people in Wyoming aren't wearing them. We want to make sure that people get home, get home safely, get to see their families again. So if they're involved in a car accident,
Head coach, manager, Jason Huggins managed to
Aaron Huggins catching Aiden Graven. Leading off for Laramie.
His ace fresh and ready to go on day 3. That's rare, and not many teams can say that. Aaron Huggins will take the hill for the Giants. Their horse. Who else is going to be in the lineup for Jackson?
Yeah, so hitting number 1 for Jackson is going to be catcher Aiden Grayland, followed by second baseman Xander Witt. The 3 spots going to be right fielder Ethan Garner. Batting in the 4 is shortstop Grayson Castillo, and I'm going to continue that later as we're back to the first pitch where Aaron Huggins is on the mound.
Huggins, considered the ace of the staff, their top pitcher, and his father, coach of the team, has been able to rest him and have him available now. That pitch hit well to left. Fisher on his horse going back. And that's off the wall. And not many balls get over the head of Matt Fisher, but that one did. That's a lead-off double.
Yeah, and just for this defense for the Jackson Giants, the infield left to right, it's going to be Bridger Hammond playing third, Castillo at short, Xander Witt at second, and Lucas Grayland at first. And then for the outfield, left to right, it's going to be Matt Fisher at left, Mason Wright at center field, and then Ethan Garner at right.
And Ben Malone with that leadoff double. And we talk about how shallow Matt Fisher plays in left, and usually he can get back to the track, but that ball was hit hard and didn't spend a ton of time in the air. This pitch bunted. Charging is Lucas Graylin from first, throws to second where Witt is covering, and they do get the out, but Laramie also gets what they wanted, and that's a runner to third now. Malone at third, 90 feet away from scoring with just one out.
And brings up Chavez, who, as we saw the last time around, was definitely the most formidable hitter, him and Ben Malone.
Yeah, Brendan Chavez, he's got good power to the other way as well. He'll hit it anywhere, not necessarily a pull hitter. He's a left-hander, and Huggins will deal to him outside with a fastball, ball one. Wind blowing in as it usually is, so you really have to tag one to get it out of here. Maybe Malone's would have been out if not for the wind.
Yeah, it might have hit the back of the wall, so that 15 miles an hour wind might have made the difference.
It might have just saved us a run for now as Malone takes his lead from third. As Chavez steps in, it's 2-0 on Brendan Chavez, by the way. 1 out, 1 out. We're just underway. Giants and Rangers, that's in there for a strike, 2-1. Laramie and Jackson have seen each other 3 times this season, and they've been good competitive games. These teams very even, really. I mean, it's toss a coin about who would win any one game, but Chavez hits this one deep to right. Garner thinks he has room, and he does. Wynn holds it up for him, and even with Garner's arm, he's not going to throw out Malone tagging from third. Ethan Garner has thrown out a couple of runners at home in this tournament, but not that time.
Yeah, that one was hit pretty deep. Probably get 280, 290. It would be almost impossible for him to make that throw.
Yeah. The wind held it up for Garner to catch. The wind would have aided a throw, but still Malone is in. So that's classic baseball. Bunt a guy over and then sac fly him in. Now that's manufacturing a run at its best. A leadoff double, bunted Malone to third, and then you sac fly him home. It's 1-0 Laramie. Here's Huggins. Deals ground ball to third, scooping it, throwing it is Hammond, and the Giants are out of this inning. So just that leadoff double, sort of a wake-up call for the G-men. If they weren't ready, they are now. They'll come to bat here. First inning, Giants Field, AA coverage, all brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. It's on Jackson Hole Radio and mylocalradio.com, live streaming every game.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
At Y-Hi, we're with you is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Back to the action. Giants will bring their bats now. They have a 1-run deficit to dig out of as they surrendered a run to start the game.
Yeah, and then for the Giants hitting, it's going to be Aiden Graylin, Xander Witt, Ethan Garner. And only 2 Giants this season are batting above 350. Ethan Garner in the 3 spots batting 352, and then Aiden Graylin is batting an impressive 407. Just had an incredible season so far.
Yeah, and he just hasn't tailed off. You think maybe towards the end of the season, will he get tired? No. You think postseason, will he get nervous and stay above 400? No, he just keeps hitting.
Yeah, he was 2 for 3 in the first game against Gillette, and then 1 for 2 against the Sixers. So he's just been probably the hottest hitter for this Giants team.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams hit the ball well and will score, but for the most part, like you said, Max, you have to define them as defensive teams behind good pitching. Certainly Laramie, they play very good defense. and trust their pitching. They're not an explosive offensive team. Giants can bust out every now and then and put some numbers on you, but I expect this one to be pretty close and not a wild affair as far as runs.
Definitely agree. And in terms of defensive success, I think another key for the Giants is just not producing errors. It's three in last night's game that just made things even worse. So no unnecessary mistakes is going to be a huge key for these Giants.
Aiden Graylen will start things off for the Giants. He's been hitting leadoff most of the season. Matt Fisher took a turn there a little bit. But Coach Huggins, you know, you just want Aiden to get as many at-bats as he can. He's your top hitter as far as batting average. First pitch is outside for a ball. Who's this pitching for? That ball, ground ball to short. Malone's going to gobble it up. Throw to first is too high and offline.
And in terms of the pitcher,
Graylen's
it looks like it's Mason Branch.
Mason Branch, yeah. The good news is Branch is not in center field where, my goodness, he steals like 3 outs a game out there.
In the same regard, Chavez is in center field. He's also got a really impressive arm.
Okay, maybe it isn't good news. Branch can cover a ton of ground at center, but he's doing the pitching, the right-hander. Graylen, a benefit of a rare Ben Malone error, is at first. And that brings up Xander Witt. He's looking to bunt, does bunt, and a bunt and run was on as Graylen was off on the pitch.
And definitely surprised by the miscue by Ben Malone there. I remember last game we just couldn't stop talking about him.
Yeah, I'll do it again. I jinxed him in the opening round of this tournament. He did not have a great game, and Laramie really didn't have a great game against Casper. I think they'd be the first to tell you that. They committed quite a few. Boy, everybody rushing in for Witt to bunt. This time he doesn't, but the ball gets away from the catcher more, and that allows Graylen to second. And now is Witt still on? Is the bunt still on?
That was really interesting. The second baseman Hoyt and the third baseman Webb came all the way in past the mound.
Yeah, they really looking to cut it off. Now, their ability to throw to second, I would question. You could throw to third here. Obviously, you won't have the third baseman Webb charging, I wouldn't think. And maybe the bunt is off altogether. We'll see.
And Hoyt's playing a really wide second base, even close to first base.
Yeah, now the more traditional first baseman is charging Moniz, and Branch is going to be expected to cover any other area if Witt bunts. He did square to bunt there, pulled it back. It's a ball. 2-1 now. Mason Branch checks Graylen at second. And we'll get the 2-1 pitch to Witt, who I believe is still going to bunt. He is. He squares. Does offer and can't connect. So it's 2-2 now and probably swinging away. Little early action here as Jackson down 1-0, but in business with Graylen in scoring position. Branch looks in, the tall right-hander gets the sign. 2-2 pitch coming to Xander Witt with Aiden Graylen taking his lead at the second bag, and Witt just does get a piece of that ball. It was in on the hands.
Yeah,
fouled it off.
Thought for a second that was good to even hit him in the hands.
I thought I did not hear the sound of a bat. I think it hit that part of the bat grip that's padded, the part of the tape, because it didn't make any noise. Yeah, I thought it hit his finger. 2-2 pitch coming to Witt. That's fouled off the right side again. Pitch down and away. Xander kind of crouched and shot his bat at it to just get a piece, and he did. Another 2-2 pitch coming up. Even count. Graylen takes his lead at second. Ben Malone behind him at short, kind of watching him there. Graylen's not got a huge lead. Nobody out in the inning after the leadoff error. And Witt again fouls one off the right side, and Ethan Garner gets out of the way of that in the on-deck circle. Look out.
Yeah, that came hard back at him. He just flinched, didn't even move.
Hard enough that it came off that brick wall. The umpire pulled the ball out of play and checked it to see if it has a scrape or something from a wall, but he keeps it in play. The fourth 2-2 pitch coming up to Xander Witt. He's been swinging away here after early bunt attempts. Grayland takes his lead at second. Branch deals. That pitch outside, punched into right field. That's a base hit. Grayland had to hold up to make sure, so he will only be able to advance to third, as that was kind of, is it going to get over the head of Hoyt? And it barely did.
Yeah, a little bit of an unorthodox swing there, but got the job done. A little bit of a blooper into short right field.
That's a 2-strike swing, and the same one Xander had a couple times to foul it off. Yes, he's just trying to protect, not trying to do too much, and hey, that shows you sometimes you don't have to do too much. That kind of half swing is good enough for a base hit. Nobody out, double play in order, but Witt can fly. We'll see how long he stays at first as Ethan Garner comes up now, the left-hander. And the pitch is outside. Witt faked going, but he did not. Coming up out of the crouch quickly was Moore, the catcher.
Garner's also had a noteworthy tournament so far. He had an RBI triple in the top of the third against the Sixers last night. So
big hit the other night. Yes, he's had a season-long, not quite an Ethan Garner year, capable of more. That ball hit well to center. Chavez going back to the track and makes the catch. Grayland will be able to walk in from third on the tag up. So Ethan Garner did exactly what you needed there. Hit one long. Even if it's an out, it'll allow Grayland to score. Giants score the same way the Rangers did with a sac fly. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, I mean, that was hit so deep that Travis didn't even think about throwing home. Threw it to his second baseman just to keep Xander Witt at first.
Chavez was happy to just keep it in the ballpark, be able to catch it on this side of the wall. Brings up Tracy Costiel. Garner Witt at first. Witt is caught stealing. Ooh, you don't see that often. Maybe Xander's still feeling the hamstring thing, but boy, he is burned down by a beautiful throw from Trayton Moore.
And Tayton Moore,
sorry.
Remember his name from a few weeks ago. But yeah, that was a fantastic throw from him.
It takes, a perfect throw to get the X-Man, and it was. So 2 out now for Tracy Costiel. After the throw out on the steal, Costiel hits one to right. Playable? No, not going to get there. Falls right in front of Buchanan, who got kind of a late jump on it and then played it a little bit hesitantly.
Yeah, I think he definitely had time to commit himself for a dive there, but didn't want to.
He didn't want to,
and let Costiel get the second there.
He thought, if I'm wrong, that's a triple, and I'll just play it easy here. That's a base hit to right for Costiel. 2 hits now in the inning. And that caught stealing looming a little larger here. You would figure Witt would be at third right now, if not. But that's playing the guessing game. Meanwhile, it's Matt Fisher at the plate. 2 out. Giants have managed to even this after an opening run from Laramie. Mason Branch deals outside, but a nice job by Moore to kind of pull it back in. Umpire said, all right, strike 1.
Also just noticed that the Giants are the home team despite having the higher seed. I think it's because they won their first round matchup in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, I don't know how that goes. Maybe you do. That's a color guy thing, right?
Well, yeah, given they're the 5 seed and, they're the 6 seed.
Bouncing ball to short, slow roller. Got to hurry. Ben Malone again with a second error of the inning, and he's got an inning out there he'd like to forget. And again, when Malone is on, and we've seen it, he is a highlight reel. He's just automatic.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of concentration there. And as I was saying earlier, so we're the 6th seed in this tournament. Laramie's the 5, but they lost in the first round to the 4 seed Casper Oilers, whereas we knocked off the 3 seed Gillette Rough Riders. So I think just because we advanced into the second round that we're the home team for this matchup.
2 prior games. Jackson's the host team for this whole tournament, but have not been the home team yet till now. That's kind of nice to get your last at bats. Mason Wright steps in, the left-hander. Branch looks at second, now deals. Wright fouls it off left side, out of play. 0-1. Good speed at first with Fisher, but he can only go as fast as Costiel at second. Base hit here. Well, there might be a play at the plate if Mason Wright can get a hold of one. Branch Malone trying to sneak in behind Castile. Now the second baseman comes over as well, but nothing there. They'll come home. Ground ball in the hole. Going to be tough for anybody, and nobody can make the play. And here comes Castile all the way home. Wow.
Yeah, fell through the glove of Griffin Webb there and just snuck past the diving Ben Malone. So
yeah,
2 unforced errors by the Laramie Rangers leads to the second Jackson Giants run.
You'd have to call that an infield single. Webb made a good try at it. Malone dove, and even if Malone gloves it, he's not going to throw out the runner, but he might have been able to keep Castile from scoring. Neither
they
happened.
Called it an error.
Wow. Tough, and Malone just racking up the E's right now. Meanwhile, the Giants take a 2-1 lead, still got 2 on. And they bring to the plate as that pitch is
Lucas Graylin.
The outside corner.
Didn't get to start last game, but I think we definitely need him. We saw that there was 3 or 4 low pitches thrown to first base that we both argued that he would have picked up.
And when Huggins on the mound, he's your only other first baseman. He is the better first baseman of the two, he and Huggins. And yes, you love his glove at the first base bag, even if his bat has yet to wake up this season, and we're in late July.
He's still a big presence at the plate, though. Solid 6'2", 6'3", and
capable, at any time of ripping one. He's behind the count 0-2 here, but any swing of the bat from Graylin could be a big one. So you love him in the lineup somewhere. As Mason Wright again checks the runners. And the 0-2 pitch to Thump is outside. Runners going, throw to third. No, you're not going to get Matt Fisher as he has wings.
Yeah,
on
Mason
the base
Wright
bat.
also gets the second base. Didn't even need to slide there. Wasn't worth Griffin Webb throwing it another air, and then Fisher would have come home.
Double steal. Both runners easily move up to second and third. Does any of it matter, though, with an 0-2 count coming on? Graylin, he has to do his part now and just connect. Doesn't have to be a long ball, just any kind of wood and get it out of the infield. As Mason Wright taking a long time. Deals outside corner, got him looking, and that'll do it. Mason Wright gets out of a big jam. That's Mason Branch could have been way, way worse, but the Giants do answer the one spot put up by Laramie. They pick up 2 of their own to take a 2-1 lead with 1 inning in the books. You're enjoying Giants baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every game from the AA tournament, made possible by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
I buckle up because there's been too many fatalities around our house where somebody would have survived if they'd been wearing their seatbelt.
I definitely wear my seatbelt to keep him safe. I wear it just for safety.
I buckle up because my mom makes me.
I buckle up to set a good example for my kids and to make sure they stay safe.
Getting home safe to my family.
I buckle up because it keeps me safe. Go Pups, buckle up!
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Do something good for yourself.
And we're back in the top of the second here as the Jackson Giants are leading 2-1 over the Laramie Rangers.
Webb, Branch, Buchanan to face Huggins. It's 2-1 on Webb. Both teams scoring in the opening frame. 1 for Laramie, 2 for Jackson. As Huggins deals, that's a base hit sharply right back up the middle. Webb right on that Huggins fastball.
Yeah, I was about to say, I remember Webb having a really solid bat and just proved that there. Good contact on his first swing of the day.
Real good. Huggins, very much like Wiley Wilkes, going to come at you with primarily fastballs. About 80% of his pitches are going to be the fastball. He's a power pitcher, and when he gets timed up like that, Webb, you can really get some exit velo going. Webb just shot that right up the middle. Leadoff single. This ball hit well by Branch. Deep left. Fisher on the run. He's not going to get there, but it's foul. Whoa.
That was close. I thought that landed fair. It must have been a good 6 inches foul. Can't believe that the umpire behind home plate could have seen that.
Very, very close. Third base coach was wheeling Webb. He's like, come on, you're coming home.
Yeah, probably would have made it home.
I mean, if Fisher can't get to something in fair territory, then you know it's foul. I mean, if he can't get to a fly ball down in the left field with his speed, it must be foul. That's how you judge it, I think. Never mind the line. But Branch, well, be careful here if you're Aaron Huggins. Your first pitch to him, and he gave it a ride. Meanwhile, he throws to first. Webb back easily. So 0-1 on Branch. Chance to help himself out. The Laramie pitcher. Huggins deals. Curveball. That's left up and in. 1-1. Huggins does not have a sharp breaking curveball. It does serve to showcase the fastball, though. Give him something different as far as velocity to throw. As he comes to the belt, Webb takes his lead at first. 1-1 pitch coming to Mason Branch is outside for a ball. Good job by Grayland to stop that with a backhand stab. That was well outside. Well, looks like it might be a back and forth game. We said it'd be close. No reason it had to be a 0-0 for 4 innings. Might be just back, forth, back, forth.
Yeah, we both predicted 5-3, but could go upwards of that if it continues at this pace.
That pitch inside the Branch now 3-1. Huggins last year struggled with his command. This year he's been better. He's dialed it in. Not as many walks, but he's still a guy that he throws so hard sometimes he doesn't know exactly where he wants it going. Branch fouls that off, and a good 3-1 pitch there by Huggins to get the count to full. That was a fastball in the outside corner. Branch had to try because it probably would have been a strike. See if Webb's going anywhere on the full count pitch.
I would expect him to run here.
Huggins looks in and deals to Branch low and inside. Walked him, so 2 on and nobody out here.
And then just regarding Aaron Huggins this season, he's pitched 55 innings. He started 11. He's got a 6-3 record. So in the winning there, but
how many walks in 55 innings? Probably
38
high
walks,
30s.
45 strikeouts. So definitely improve his strikeouts a little bit.
Not bad for walks. I would have guessed him high 30s, maybe even 40.
And then a 4.709 ERA.
That's pretty good, but he's in a little bit of trouble here. 2 on, nobody out, and the lefty Buchanan up. He's offering to bump, but the pitch is outside, pulls it back. It's a ball. That had the infield all moving around.
Yeah, issue with runners on first and second. It's kind of hard for Bridger Hammond to commit himself there.
Hammond cannot charge, really. That's Huggins to cover that area to the left. And then, meanwhile, charging in at first is Lucas Grayland. And Huggins wants to take a look at Webb. Make sure he keeps him as close as he can. Yeah, Bridger Hammond will have to be available to cover the bag at third, so that leaves Huggins to get off the mound when he releases the pitch. If Buchanan's bunting, we'll see. The 1-0, he is. And it's inside. Did he pull it back? I guess so. 2-0.
Yeah, good eye there by Buchanan.
Yeah. 2-0 now. I would imagine the bunt is still on as Huggins comes set. 2-0 pitch, bunted, foul, and it's 2-1. And yeah, when you're a pitcher and you know the bunt, you think it's going to be a bunt, you see the guy bunting, your pitch is always fastball. That makes it's the toughest pitch to bunt. Anything hard, especially up. Right now, Aaron just trying to throw a strike. 2-1 pitch coming to Buchanan. Runners at first and second, nobody out, top 2. Pitch, bunt attempt, that's a strike anyway, whether he pulls it back or not. Called strike, and now a count even at 2. Now Buchanan probably have to be a swinger, and Grayland backs up at first base.
Yeah, and so does Costiel and Zanderwick going back to their normal spots at second and shortstop.
Allows you to play your normal infield. Pitch to Buchanan, misses outside. Count run full now.
Huggins certainly needs to find the plate more. He's thrown 24 pitches, only 11 of them strikes.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when your first pitch of the game is ripped for a double. Webb led off this inning with a hard hit single, and that gets in your head a little bit if you're Huggins. You're like, well, how around the plate do I want to be? Some of these guys can hit it. But now you have got to be down the plate or you're going to load them up. 3-2 pitch coming to Buchanan, the left-hander. That's chopped right back over the head of Huggins. Going to be a tough play for anybody. Witt's going to try, and he threw it away. And Xander might have been better off eating that. You were not going to get Buchanan. And all the error throw does is bring home Webb with a tying run.
Yeah, certainly a little bit unnecessary and brings us back to a play that happened last night where Xander Witt fielded it at second and threw it way too low.
Did the same thing yesterday.
Really nothing Lucas Grayling could have done. I hit the dirt about a couple feet in front of him.
No, that's a tough to pick. I mean, there's one thing when the shortstop or third baseman throws you a one-hopper because that's coming from across the diamond. Witt is very close to you when he lets that ball go, and if he isn't right to the mitt, you really put your first baseman in a lot of trouble. It brings up Hoyt with the game tied at 2.
Second baseman Sam Hoyt.
Runners at first and third. Hoyt squares the bunt inside. Grayland does a nice job stopping that, and it's 1-0. Giants unraveling a little bit here. Walks and errors are things you can control. Hits, okay. That means the other team's doing their job. But walks and errors are just unforced errors like a tennis serve. Runner on the go. Bunt attempt. Grayland's not going to throw down to second. He's too worried about Branch at third. And Branch,
he kind of just quickly looked at Branch, saw that he was thinking about running, and just pulled back his throw. So good heads-up play by Aiden Grayland there.
Yeah, and if you're going to throw behind Branch at third, Hammond wasn't there to cover the bag either, so there's really nothing Grayland was going to do but eat that. 2-1 now on Hoyt. You got a base open, runners at second and third. There's still only nobody out here in the inning. That's the worst part. With no force anywhere. Runners second and third. Huggins going with a full windup now. Pitch swung on, hit to left. That's a base hit. Fisher chasing. That's going to be extras right down the line all the way to the wall. 2 runs in, and Hoyt will settle in at second. A 2 RBI double to make it a 4-2 ball game.
Yeah, that was just a really solid hit there. All the way down the left field line. Absolutely nothing Matt Fisher could have done there.
No, there's no play to make there. That ball just hit well, and honestly, Huggins, the ace of the staff, has been hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
when he's been hit.
It's only pitched a full inning, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Needs to find his level again.
Yeah, Coach Huggins having a long talk and now pointing and calling for something, but there's definitely not going to be any pitching changes on pitch count. We saw a lot of that during the week as you're trying to figure out, can I save pitchers for this or that? There's no saving for Jackson. If you make pitching changes here, it's because you think a guy doesn't got it, and apparently that's what Huggins thinks.
Yeah, looks like we're bringing in Trayson Costiel. Saw him close out the first-round game against the Gillette Rough Riders. Pitched 2 full innings, no hits, no runs, so
yeah,
definitely a solid 4th option for these Giants.
Costiel would be considered the Giants' closer, a guy you'd love to save for late innings, but this is every man, all men on deck and no tomorrow kind of baseball. So if you need Costiel in the second, then you need him in the second. He needs to put out a fire here. Huggins just didn't have it.
Yeah, and it looks like we've completely changed the infield. Huggins went to first base, taking out Lucas Grayland. Tate Wiley went to third. And then I expect Bridger Hammond moves to shortstop, and Xander Witt stays at second base.
Interesting. Yeah, because of Aaron Huggins, and they want to keep his bat in the lineup.
I'm a little bit surprised about that because he went 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. I think him and him and Thumper are pretty equal options, but
they are. I agree, but I give ever so much of the edge to Huggins with his bat.
Just due to the slump that
just barely. Yes. I mean, it's like whisper thin. Also, there's the idea that, if your dad is taking you out of the game and you haven't finished 2 innings, the consolation prize is I'll leave you in.
Well, let's pull up the stats here. So Lucas Graylin's batting.
But he will not chase garbage. You want to walk him, he'll take it. Outside corner for a strike, 3-1. Good job by Costiel to battle back here. Giants were shook with a 1-run deficit, got it back, and now only to watch Laramie come back and make it a 4-2 ball game. Malone fouls that 3-1 delivery off, so now the count even. Big payoff pitch coming for Trevor Costiel, Trayson Costiel rather, and the pitch swung on, fouled away. Good job by Malone to spoil that. So good news, Huggins, your ace, was available for a game on day 3. Great job of saving him and jockeying the pitching staff. Bad news is he didn't have it. And you got to go to your closer now. Costiel deals outside corner, called strike. I think Malone knew it, and Costiel comes in, puts out the fire, but damage is done as Laramie strikes 3 times to make it 4-2. Laramie over Jackson. At the end of 2, we move to the 3rd. You're enjoying Giants baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every game of the AA State Tournament and made possible by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Back to the action, Giants field, top 3 bottom of the 2nd. I was moving ahead too fast. Just talking about the strategies, and one thing you see now as we're midway through the tournament is real short leash on the pitchers, Max. You can't afford, early on Monday and Tuesday we were seeing guys lifted for pitch count early. Now you're seeing them, taken out of the game early just because you can't afford to have a guy to have a bad day. You got to try someone else if someone doesn't have it.
Yeah, definitely a combination between keeping it under the 45 pitch count and then just knowing that this could be our last day in the tournament. Got to do everything possible to ensure the win. And if that means taking out your ace, that's what you have to do. So I respect the decision by Coach Huggins there.
Yep. And if you're Costiel, you might be on a pitch count, you might not. It's all about winning a game now. How many pitches is secondary? Tate Wiley steps in. He came in after the pitching change and to play 3rd. The left-hander swings and chops one foul into the Laramie dugout. See if Jackson has an answer. We've had runs every inning. If you like offense, you should be happy.
Yeah, and even at the bottom of the lineup now, we've both been impressed with Wiley and Hammond so far this season. Good contact hitters. And really good at keeping the at-bat alive.
They've been a key to the Giants' offense all year. Most teams, have a loaded lineup 1 through 4. That's who does the damage. But for the Giants, there's no batter off. You can't take a day off down at 8 and 9.
Yeah, 1 through 6 is definitely our star hitters, but 7 through 9 is still a pretty formidable.
Yeah. 1-1 count now as Mason Branch deals on the outside corner for a strike. Wiley shakes his head, but we've seen him hit the ball out there. He loves going the other way. I don't know I've seen him pull one. He's usually will shoot it to the left side.
Yeah, complete opposite to Ethan Garner.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch coming up from Branch. Nobody out, just underway in the bottom of the 2nd. Pitch to Wiley, hits this one, skew ball coming in hard as Webb, and he makes the play. Nice play at 3rd. That ball had a lot of spin, a lot of English on it. It was a curveball from Branch that kind of ate up Wiley. When he started his swing, he was thinking that's going to be outside. By the time he finished, the ball was eating him up. and he just barely pushed it the other way not off the fat part of the bat, almost off the handle to bring up Bridger Hammond with 1 out. Branch stares in, the tall right-hander deals curveball and just misses. And Hammond gets so many of those calls because he's vertically challenged.
Yeah, probably as tall as Jose Altuve.
That pitch would look good, but I guess high. Now you see the catcher Moore setting up real low. And that's a fly ball, shadow center. Maybe Hoyt wants it, and he does. Good job of the second baseman Hoyt to go back there. I don't know Chavez would have got there.
Yeah, and then brings up Aiden Grail, and says he's 0 for 1 with a run, but I think he had that fielder's choice in the first.
And you pointed out you'd rather have Grayland leading off a fresh inning. Who wouldn't? But not going down 1-2-3 is so important. I think mentally, you just don't want to let Branch rest. So to get a hit here, even if you don't score in this inning, is important.
Yeah, especially after 2 15-minute innings for the Giants on the mound. Don't want to go through a quick 1-2-3.
A 1-2-3, such a momentum swing for the defensive team. That pitch grounded to Webb. He's not going to get it. Fair ball down the line. And Grayland's going to have extras as it's finally played by the left fielder, Herrera. And Grayland with a 2-out double. So wait a minute. Inning not over yet.
Yeah, it took a really, really good bounce. Just kept going left down the left field line and then kind of split.
Yeah.
Split in between Webb and the bag in the third.
Now batting for the Giants.
It made its big bounce right when Webb was there, It bounced kind of normal, then it bounced super high. And Webb's like, what? Over his head. He could not play that. So a 2-out double. Grayland at second, got decent speed. Witt at the plate would love to knock at least one in here as Branch misses outside, 1-0. Or can Xander work his way on somehow, perhaps with a walk, get Garner up? Jackson not done here, though, in the second. Instead of going 1-2-3, Grayland had other ideas, and it's a reason he's hitting, .410 now or better?
Yeah, and these Giants definitely love a 2-out rally.
Witt hits one to right, drifting out of play, and the wind's going to help it as it leaves the ballpark. So 1-1 now on Xander. Mason Branch, the tall right-hander, drew the start for Laramie. Surrendered 2 runs so far. He's looked pretty good.
I wouldn't say either of those runs were his fault.
Yeah. He checks Grayland at second.
Yeah, both of them were not earned runs, both due to errors.
He's still in the game. Meanwhile, the Giants starter Huggins already has been lifted for Costill. And here comes Branch dealing to Witt. That ball hit well in the left gap, but it looks like Herrera will get there, and he does. So allowed out after the double. Giants threaten, but strand one. We move to the third. 4-2, Laramie over Jackson. You're listening to Giants Baseball, Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every game of the AA State Tournament from Jackson, and it's made possible by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Trust, hard work, and experience is what you'll find at Brian's Muffler Shop in Evanston. Quality work at a great price. Brian's Muffler is the perfect fit for oil changes, stock and performance mufflers, and Anderson hitches and accessories. Call Brian's Muffler today, 789-7021.
Dad, I heard that human eyes can distinguish between 1 to 10 million different colors. Is that true?
That is true. The human eye is amazing. We use our eyes not only to work and learn, but also to simply enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we care about each individual's eye health needs. Whether a person is looking for computer glasses, polarized sunglasses to assist in outdoor hobbies, contact lenses, or has general eye health needs, we are here to listen to our patients' thoughts and concerns to help them enjoy their amazing eyes.
Call today to schedule an appointment. 789-3937.
And we're back at the top of the third here. Just had a fly out by Diego Herrera to Ethan Gardner in right field. And Costello's, after coming in relief, he's only pitched 11 pitches and he's got 4 outs and 2 strikeouts. So seen some success for him coming in for Aaron Huggins.
Yeah, I think you got to ride him. As long as this game stays close, he's your guy for the rest of the way, regardless of how many pitches. Chavez steps in now, the left-hander, and takes inside very close, but Costiel didn't get the call. 2-0 now, and Chavez 1 out on a first pitch fly ball. Well hit to right, but Garner right under it.
Yeah, Chavez is definitely a dangerous hitter. Can go yard at any time.
3-0 now to Brandon Chavez. Pitch out of the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. Chavez looked like taking all the way, but he's going to be a hitter here. This is the pitch you got to be careful with if you're Costiel. He deals, and it's on the outside corner. Looked like the same spot, but a little too far outside, perhaps. That'll walk Chavez, who's got good speed, with 1 out.
Yeah, and brings up the catcher, Tayton Moore. He's 0 for 1.
Gosh, you'll have to do a good job keeping Chavez close at first. Looks in, and the first pitch hits Moore on the top of his helmet. Tayton Moore ducked a little bit, but not a lot, and that ball went right off the top of his dome, and he's fine. First base coach checks it for a crack and taps him on the butt. He's okay. Meanwhile, conference on the mound, pitching coach out to talk to Costiel, who, after that first pitch fly ball out, has now seen 2 runners, a walk, a hit by pitch, and the demonstrative pitching coach, I got to get his name. Somebody's got to get his name. I can't believe I don't know it. He's talking about arching the back and being kind of stiffed back, which will keep your balls up as a pitcher, but I think it was something about his mechanics and delivery and something about the back, keeping a supple back. Sometimes if you're too tight from the waist up, you'll miss high all the time. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and brings up Webb, who hit a line drive single, was it, Max?
It was.
Hit it hard.
Yeah, right through second base.
Yeah. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. Costiel checks Chavez at second. Now deals the 1-0 to Webb. Oh, my, and I really don't know where that was, but a ball, and doesn't get any easier for Costiel, who has lost sight of the plate.
Yeah, that's just a couple inches high there.
That one at the knees, but too low. It's now 3-0, and those were very close. The hits batter was not, and some of those to Chavez weren't, but boy, everything to Webb has been right around there. That one's right down the gut. 3-1 now at Webb, and he was taking all the way as Costiel has not thrown a strike since that first batter. Now he's ready. Sets at the belt, takes a look at Chavez. The pitch hit right back to Costiel. He'll go the conventional double play route. 1-2, and the Giants are out of it. Oh, pitcher's best friend, the twin killing, and the Giants escape trouble, and the Rangers leave 1 on as they threaten in the third, headed to the bottom half of the inning. Giants baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, my local radio, live streaming every AA state tournament game, and it's all made possible by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
I'm Kendall Roberts with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Whether your car is a classic car or a new one, buckle up every time. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals. At Bear River Dental in Evanston, Dr. Lester, Dr. Owens, and Dr. Welch check every box. Plus, they're really nice people. Their passion to provide excellent dental care is reflected in everything from state-of-the-art equipment to professional, hardworking staff. Choose the professionals at Bear River Dental, serving patients of all ages. Call today to schedule an appointment.
And we're back.
Bottom of the third. Giants trail this one 4-2. It's been kind of a back and forth game to start. If you're joining us late, the Laramie Rangers scored one in the top half of the first. Jackson answered with a deuce of their own to take a 2-1 lead. Laramie then struck for 3 in the second. That was enough to chase starter Aaron Huggins. Jackson had no answer in the bottom half of the second. No score for Laramie in the top half of this inning, and Jackson trying to even things up, down 4-2. Mason Branch has gone all the way so far for Laramie. Jackson will have the heart of the order. Garner, Costiel.
I was about to say that. This is the time to do it. Ethan Garner.
Let's get him now.
Had a good fly out in the top of the first. Hit it about.
He hit it a ways.
300, 320, and Aiden Graylin just trotted home.
Had a couple of long balls hit that have made it to the wall. Wind has been blowing across the field and in, kind of both, left to right and in. A little bit quiet right now.
Yeah, in the last 5 minutes, it's certainly toned down a little bit.
Ethan Garner steps into left-hander. We'll see if Laramie puts on the Garner shift. Some teams are aware, some not, some don't care. But Garner is 90% of the time going to use the right side of the field.
Yeah, Chavez is kind of shading him to the right side of the Green Monster, but
he is, and the right fielder, whose name is not on Game Changer yet, is playing fairly deep as Mason Branch looks in to start the third. His pitch well outside, ball one.
And I think the right fielder is Buchanan, unless he's been swapped.
Sounds good. I think I do remember that. That first pitch was way away. I noticed Branch doesn't take many warm-ups between innings. I never like to either. Why waste your arm? But in that case, he kind of shook his arm out like, ugh. He didn't like where that ball went. Swing and a miss as he ties up Garner with an inside fastball, 1-1. Garner's enjoyed a pretty good year, more swing and misses than last year. That's what I remember. He hardly ever swung and missed last year. He hits that ball well to center, but Chavez got a bead on it. Now camps out underneath it. And you mentioned, Max, he had him shaded that way. He was played right there.
Yeah, only had to take a couple steps.
Yeah. Well, one up, one down for Jackson, and it'll bring up Tracy Costiel, who has just monster numbers, has led this team in almost every category, not batting average, but home runs, RBIs. Yeah, he's been their power guy. Showing bunt here, and the ball misses outside. He pulled it back. And this is not a guy I want bunting, even if he is trying to lead off an inning here. I'm thinking let him try to step into one and connect. As Branch kicks and deals, and that's on the outside corner, 1-1. I think 1-1. I'm assuming that first pitch was a ball, but neither
had to have been.
I or the scoreboard
outside.
operator knows. Yeah, 1-1. Costiel steps back in. He's not showing bunt anymore, not on that last pitch anyway. And Branch deals. A pitch sky high and could be playable. Buchanan making chase. No, it's going to drift out of play. That might have been playable if you got a good jump and had wheels. Buchanan isn't showing that he's super speedy over there.
Ethan Garner certainly would have gotten there.
He would have got it. Costiel steps back in, 1-2 count. One out already here in the bottom of the third. Jackson trying to get back into this one after a 4-2 Laramie lead now. That pitch high, 2-2 to Castillo.
Yeah, it would be huge here to get a 2-2 single or double with Matt Fisher on deck.
Definitely. Still got dangerous bats yet to come for Jackson. That misses outside, 3-2. This is always a tough count for a good hitter. You want your good hitter swinging and doing something with the bat, but just as good as the walk, and it makes it tough for the hitter. Like, how aggressive can you be here? Do you want to be? As Branch deals, full count pitch, fouled away. That was a strike.
Yeah, certainly have to lay off the gas a little bit when it's 3-2, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're trying not to chase anything awful, but anything kind of close, and you want to make it happen because you're the guy. Castillo steps back in. Another payoff pitch coming from Branch. That's sky high. Somebody's got to get under that. First baseman, second baseman. It's going to be Hoyt. And he makes a nice catch just in foul territory.
We've had quite a few pop-ups so far this game.
Yeah.
Just getting under the ball.
They're getting under it on Branch. Some pitchers have that ability to, are known as fly ball pitchers or ground ball pitchers. Some have definite downward movement on their stuff. Some have keep the ball up in the zone and induce fly balls. Not sure what it is about Mason Branch, but a lot of fly balls. You're right. Brings up Matt Fisher to make sure it's not a 1-2-3 inning. Grayland did so last inning. The trouble is the Giants did not benefit from any runs, but you always like to break up that inning, keep it extended, make Branch throw pitches. And that first one to Fisher is well outside for a ball. That's hit well to center, but again, Chavez is grooving over there, and he's got it. So the Giants do go in order, 1, 2, 3, and we move to the fourth. After 3 in the books, it's Laramie 4, Jackson 2 on Home of the Giants, Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming all the state tournament games from Jackson. Buckle up for life, Wyoming, making it possible.
Dad, I heard that human eyes can distinguish between 1 to 10 million different colors. Is that true?
That is true. The human eye is amazing. We use our eyes not only to work and learn, but also to simply enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we care about each individual's eye health needs. Whether a person is looking for computer glasses, polarized sunglasses to assist in outdoor hobbies, contact lenses, or has general eye health needs, we are here to listen to our patients' thoughts and concerns to help them enjoy their amazing eyes.
Call today to schedule an appointment. 789-3937.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions, 133 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
And we're back to the action in the top of the fourth here. Looks like Mason Branch is on up to bat. Was walked in the top of the he was walked in the bottom of the first and scored a run, so he's had a pretty successful evening. Also pitched 3 full innings.
2-2 count on him as Castillo deals. Fastball. Branch just did hold up. Branch has been on everything Castillo's throwing, really pulling that fastball. I wouldn't mind a 3-2 curve here. Pitch hit well right underneath Tate Wiley, the third baseman, into left. Fisher is on it. Mason Branch holds with the single. That was hit sharply. He's liked everything he saw from Huggins as far as fastballs, and he likes Castillo's fastball. I would make a note to self, throw him more junk
Yeah, and the way that Tate Wiley dove there, it looked like he was anticipating it to bounce, and the ball just stayed on the ground.
It went right under him. I know it.
Brings up Aiden Buchanan, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1.
Wiley was creeping in there to play the bunt, and it was a very good bunt. So Tate thought, I'll try to let it roll foul. It did not.
Yeah, it just died about 15 feet past home plate. Great bunt there by Buchanan.
Very good bunt. Tate might have had to play if he jumped right on it quickly, but he did make that snap decision. I'm going to see if it rolls foul. And now the Rangers in business. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And
similar situation at the top of the second where Sam Hoyt was up with runners on first and second. They had a 2 RBI double.
Hoyt
2 RBI double.
Offers to bunt there, and the pitch looked close but called a ball. Yeah, this team will bunt. Sheridan likes to bunt. Laramie will bunt. Certainly a bunt situation. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. The book says bunt. Get them over into scoring position. Hoyt squares, and that pitch is high, 2-0. And, you know, with men on, working from the stretch, with guys squaring to bunt, that often is a lot of outside noise for pitchers, and it's tough to stay focused and keep your concentration with all this going on. This is bunted back to the box. Aiden Grayland comes flying out from his catcher spot, and he can't make a play either. And the bunts are so good, Max, that you get a feeling you just have to scoop it and gun. Yeah. And if you don't scoop it, you feel hurried. And that's what happened both with Wiley, who felt so hurried he thought he'd let it go foul.
Certainly
for Grayland.
Had a little bit of time, but once you hesitate, it's not even worth throwing it because then there's a good chance it's going to be an error.
Grayland's got the short throw to third on that play, but it was bang, bang, and he tried to field it with his catcher's mitt, which is good for catching fastballs, not so good for scooping bunts.
Bobbled it a little bit.
As that's foul back to the screen.
Brings up Moniz. I butchered the name, Javier Moniz or something. He's the first baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Moniz with the bases loaded, nobody out, and boy, to get out of this would be a miracle. As Costiel deals well outside, 1-1.
Sorry, Jace Moniz. I read that wrong.
Jace Moniz looks long, look down at third. A lot of things you can do here. Suicide squeeze, hit and runs, all kinds of weird stuff. But with nobody out, I would just let guys swing away. Moniz does, and he hits it foul right side. Huggins gives chase and runs out of room in front of his own dugout. So 1-2 now on Moniz.
Yeah, strikeout would be huge here from Kosh. They'll keep all the runners at the current bases.
You need a infield fly or a strikeout to keep everybody where they are. Then a double play, which Jackson did get last inning to stop a Ranger drive. Long looking for Costiel, and Moniz wants to step out. Runners at every bag. It's Branch at third, Buchanan at second, Hoyt at first. Nobody out. Costiel deals, chop foul, back to the screen. Still 1-2, so Costiel ahead in the count. Just needs one pitch to get by Moniz and then take your chances with perhaps a double play. You got Malone on deck, though, who runs well. Pitch to Moniz. Chopper to Wiley. He's going to come home with it, and they get one, and that's all Grayland wants. He doesn't get greedy. And Jackson gets exactly what they needed. They were in at the corners, first and third, so Wiley had a nice, easy throw home, and he made sure he didn't rush it.
Yeah, certainly. Took his time a little bit more there. Made sure he had the line through and was just right on the dot. So good effort there. So 1 out. Runners still on every base.
So far, so good, but this guy is dangerous, Malone. And now a visit from the pitching coach, and this could be a strategy session. What do you do in case of what? I don't know what the Giants would do as far as going to the bullpen, and usually that's Huggins that makes that kind of call. So this might be talking about how do you go for a double play. Anything hit up the middle deep conventionally to second or short, you would turn it the usual way, second to first. Anything hit hard, to the corner infielders, you can again come home, and then it's Grayland's decision whether he can wheel around and throw to first for the double play or just be content with that. You got to talk about all that kind of stuff. You also got to worry about what happens if they bunt. What happens if they bunt and run, put a squeeze on? Where do we throw? That's all the infield joined in that meeting, and that, I think, was a strategy session.
Yeah, great analysis there. Certainly a scary situation, down 2, 1 out, and
pitch is over the head of Malone for a ball, not even close. Wiley in at third. Huggins in at first, tight, deep up the middle for that double play. Castile deals now the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Malone. And a good fastball. It looked like it had some tailing action as well, some movement away from Malone. 1-1 now on the top of the order, Ben Malone. Pitch from Castile, hit well to center. This will get at least one in with a tag as Wright settles under it. Makes the play, throws back in, and indeed we will get the tag up. But the Giants do a big thing, and that's leave the other runners at first and second. So you got to give up one there with a ball hit that deep.
I mean, that was a dot from Mason Wright to Tate Wiley there, keeping Sam Hoyt on second.
It was. Hoyt did not offer to tag from second to third, and he's glad he didn't, as Wright threw a really good ball to Wiley at third. But the runner Buchanan does tag and come home. That ball hit well in the right center gap. Garner coming on and makes a diving catch to end the inning. Ethan Garner stealing one there from the Laramie Rangers. So the Rangers do strike once to take a 5-2 lead, but they leave 2 on in that rally thanks to Garner's speed and right. You're enjoying Giants baseball at Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every game from the AA State Tournament. It's brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy. I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
As we move to the bottom of the fourth, Mason Branch is still on the mound for the Laramie Rangers. He's pitched 3 full innings, only allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned, and a strikeout. I think we can both say we've liked what we've seen from him so far.
He's been good. I wouldn't say like overpowering. There's nothing that, he's not blowing Giants hitters away, but he's been very good, obviously. Just the 2 runs.
Yeah, he's forced some ground outs, some fly outs. Haven't been able to put the ball in the right positions in the outfield. But
Jackson, I think, needs a big inning. The longer you let this go, the more Laramie just chips away, adds one here and there, and then suddenly the game's out of hand. I think you got to get some right here, right now. Bottom of the fourth, as Branch deals to Mason Wright, dribbler to short, Malone up with it. We know he's got a cannon and makes the play. Well, he zipped that across the diamond in a hurry. Wright is not the slowest of runners, that's for sure. He gets out of the box fast, and he can wheel. And that was kind of a slow ground ball. Malone just gunned it.
Yeah, an all-out sprint there, but just the speed on Malone's arm got the out, so kudos to him.
Aaron Huggins steps in now. He replaced Lucas Grayland in the batting lineup as he started the game on the mound. Wasn't his day. Coach Huggins recognized that early, lifted him for Castile, but kept him in the lineup to hit. And he takes ball 1. Huggins has moved to first, by the way, in the outfield. Branch deals. Pitch is on the outside edge for a strike, 2-0. 1-1.
Yeah, Huggins is certainly crowding the plate here, so inside, not much he can do.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that stance. He's also up in the box.
A little bit of a close stance.
Swing and a miss as he couldn't time that curveball. That's why you get up in the box for the breaking stuff, but it makes it challenging for a fastball. That's the pitch you should be able to time up better if you're up in the box. 1-2 now on Aaron Huggins. As Mason Branch stares in, gets a sign and deals. Swung on, hit right back up off of Branch. That hit him in the leg. Webb, meanwhile, bare hands it, but he's got no play, and Huggins went awkwardly into first. Max, was he sliding or did he fall?
No, he was definitely sliding. He didn't expect Webb to bobble that.
Right.
He's not the fastest guy, so I think he thought the throw
he
was
was
coming.
trying, and he's 6', if he just dives for first, he's trying to make it there. And, meanwhile, that ball went hard off Branch, the pitcher. He seems okay. It squirreled over to Webb, the third baseman, who tried a bare-handed throw, but he just lost the handle. So now Tate Wiley up. 1 out, 1 on.
I see no chance of Huggins stealing here.
Probably not. Pitch to Wiley's inside, gets away from Moore momentarily, but not even Huggins can take a base on that as quickly to it as Moore.
Yeah, kind of got scolded by his first base coach, but once you hesitate, can't even run.
Yeah. Tate Wiley, chance to do something. They're giving him a lot of that left field line over there. Herrera is, and that's Wiley's thing. Pitch to Tate on the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Herrera playing pretty straight away left, but for a guy like Wiley, if you guard the line a little more.
Yeah, certainly slices the ball a little bit.
Meanwhile, Chavez in center, almost straight away, but pretty deep for Wiley. So I don't know that Laramie has scouted this Giants team awfully well. That pitch is low, 2-1 on Tate.
Might come back to our 4 matchups against him this season. Just the little things.
Giants trying to get back in this game. They've watched Laramie erase their 2-1 lead. It's 5-2 Rangers. That's well inside. 3-1 now at Tate Wiley. Normally a hitter's count, but what's the sign down at third? Huggins kind of puts his hands making a ball. I don't know what that call is. Maybe, I don't know if it's swing away if you like it or do not move the bat on this pitch. We'll see. 3-1 count. Branch looks over at Huggins, who's glued to first. Timeout call by Wiley. Maybe that was the call he got from Huggins. Call a time, break concentration. I don't know.
Might be.
Tate steps back in. 3-1 pitch coming from Branch. Inside, ball 4. Branch upset with himself that he lost Wiley there. And he'll face Bridger Hammond with 2 on and 1 out.
That's his first walk through 3 1/3.
Is it? Yeah, he's been around the plate, certainly not wild. Hammond now also takes that look down at third at Coach Huggins, who goes through some signals. Not likely to be anything on as far as runners in motion. 2 slowest guys on the team on base. I apologize in advance if you're not, but that's my guess. Bridger Hammond at the plate on deck, top of the order.
I mean, no, this Giants team is just so full of athletes.
Well, yeah, up against Wright, Witt,
it's not like Wiley
Fisher. I mean, yeah,
Wiley
you're not.
And Huggins are still fast. It's just they're not.
You're not as fast as them. As Bridger looks to bunt and misses it for a strike. Laramie's got the rotation on Hoyt. The second baseman's going to cover first. Monia's at first is charging hard down that line, and it's up to Branch to cover the left side of the field as the third baseman Webb has to stick around because Huggins is going to be heading that way like a freight train. Hammond steps back in with that open stance, the right-hander. Now they're trying to sneak in behind Huggins. Not really there, and all that jumping around has caused Mason Branch to say, wait a minute. Reset. 0-1 count on Bridger. We'll see if he's squaring to bunt again. I would think so.
Yeah, especially with Aiden Grayling on deck.
Nope, it's going to swing away, and the pitch is outside for a ball. 1-1. At least wasn't looking to bunt there. Munoz kind of surprised he was charging at first. Now what do you do if you're Munoz? Do you kind of go halfway? Is he going to bunt? Is he not? He's in on the grass, so he's expecting still that Hammond may lay one down here as Branch takes a look at Huggins at second. The 1-1 pitch to Hammond. Swung on, hit high in the air, shallow right. Hoyt back for it, the second baseman. Meanwhile, coming in is Buchanan. It'll be Hoyt who makes the catch. Either one probably could have had it. That ball was in the air a long time.
Yeah, I swear that's the 5th infield flyout we've seen this game.
Those flyouts, yeah, there's been a lot of them. Branch has induced a lot of balls in the air, and that's one case where, you know, you make it out and you haven't moved runners. That's tough. So now there's 2 out, and Aiden Grayling, who is hot as they come, steps in with a chance to do a damage here. Branch takes a long look and now deals outside to Aiden Grayling. You might take your chances with Grayling, who's hitting about .410 or better, but on deck, Xander Witt. So you got to be careful no matter what. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Giants, all good hitters. Branch, another look at Huggins, and the 1-0 coming to Aiden Grayling. Right down the middle. Aiden looking all the way. 1-1 now. Giants trail 5-2, bottom of the 4th. Lose and you go home. Win, you move on the Wednesday, middle day of the state tournament here in Jackson. One pitch coming. Huggins not a big lead at second. Branch looks at him, now comes home. Pitches outside for a ball, 2-1. Branch takes a lot of time between pitches. Going to take a long stroll around the mound here.
Yeah, he's certainly spending a lot of time looking back at Huggins. I mean, we saw his slide into first. I don't think he's the biggest threat to steal, but...
No, and it's not too much of fear of Huggins. His lead is almost nothing. He takes a long time doing everything. Stepping on the rubber. Now he stares in for the sign.
Yeah, very methodical.
To the bed. Yeah, he's just slow to do everything. Look, quick to come home here. Bouncing ball right back to the box. And that'll do it as Branch goes to first for the out. Giants threaten, but strand 2. And we move to the 5th inning of this one. With the score, Laramie 5, Jackson 2. Home of the Giants is Jackson Hole Radio. MyLocalRadio.com, live streaming every game from the AA State Tournament, made possible by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Do you want to further your education? Are you thinking of attending college? You can start now here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach provides students with a low-cost alternative to leaving town. Western offers a variety of degrees including nursing, EAS, and our brand new cybersecurity, also offering a variety of certificate programs that can be completed all right here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach, we are your local community college.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
We're back here in the top of the 5th as Brandon Chavez is up to bat.
Chavez lead things off here, top of the 5th, 5-2.
Yeah.
His Rangers lead.
And just to note, Costiel came in at the top of the 2nd. He's pitched 3 full innings on only 40 pitches, so kind of not sure what they're going to do about his pitch count. Saw one of the Giants coaches come over and ask about it, so it might be a concern for later.
That pitch is in there, called strike 2-1. Yes, Warren Newton did come over and double check the pitch count, which is 40. It's now 43. And 45 is one of those benchmarks as Chavez follows us back. 60 is the next one. And if you've joined us late and not up to date on that, pitch counts carefully managed, and depending on how many pitches you throw, that's how long you have to rest before you can pitch again. And I can't imagine Costiel's coming out of here at 45, but they just want to make sure where they are as far as the 60 maybe. As that misses inside, it's now full on Chavez.
No, I think they need to keep him in until he actually makes another real mistake. He's gone 3 innings, 2 strikeouts. One run wasn't earned, so.
Yeah, you got to go with him as long as he can, especially if he can get some runs
he's
back
kept
here.
the Giants in the game.
3-2 pitch is Chavez, bounced to first. Huggins stabs it, takes it himself. 1 down here. 1 up, 1 down for Laramie.
Yeah, definitely good for the Giants defense there.
Giants cannot afford to give up even one more run. 5-2 game.
Especially getting the Rangers power hitter out.
It's been event-filled. Only Jackson scored 2 in the first and has been quiet since as that ball's grounded to second. Bobble there by Witt. Throw to first, not in time. And Xander is having a tough tournament over there at the 2-bag. Should have been a routine play. He had a throwing error earlier in this game, and now a fielding error there. And
looks like he's overthinking it.
Probably. So 1 on now. A gift runner as Costiel has to concentrate and work from the stretch. Throws over to take a look at Moore. He dives back safely. Webb is up, and he stroked it pretty hard at least once.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2.
Watch out for this guy. That pitch in the dirt. Grayling can't find it, and it'll allow Moore to make it to second. Tate and Moore now in scoring position. And Webb could drive him in here. 1 out for Costiel. You can be a little more careful now with Webb, who fouls one sharply down the right side.
Yeah, it's the 4th error for this Giants team. Definitely not helping us out.
1-1 on Webb. That Marinucci bat sounds so good. Even foul balls sound good coming off it. Costiel, long look at the runner Moore at second. Now deals to Webb. Hits this ball well in the gap. This may find grass. It will. Fisher can't get there. But he does come up with it quickly to hold Moore at third. That ball well hit and died quickly right in left center. And Fisher, who plays shallow, still just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, and brings up the pitcher, Mason Branch. She's 1 for 1 with a walk and a scored run.
Branch up, runners of the corners, 1 out. Double play gets you out of this. Giants have benefited from that once earlier. In fact, they've managed to escape trouble a couple times with men on. That pitch just high, I guess, to Branch, who's tall. It's difficult to be high on him, but 1-0. In a tight strike zone for Costiel as he struggles to find the plate. Huggins just simply couldn't earlier, the starter. Swung on, just got a piece, did Branch. Foul ball, 1-1. Aaron just couldn't be around the plate consistently enough, and when he was, he felt he had to aim it, had to take a little off that fastball, and he was rocked.
Yeah, it did not look like his usual self out there.
No. As Branch, who's been very much a pull guy, is now 1-2. And again, this is the note to self guy, I think. Costiel's got to curve him here. 1-2 pitch coming. Trayson. Pitch misses on the outside corner. 2-2. Moore taking a pretty good lead from third. Webb, meanwhile, not going anywhere at first. Normally, you usually see action, but first and third, nothing. That pitch, that's hit well to left. Fisher going back to the wall, and it's gone. Home run for Mason Branch. He helps himself out, and he has just eaten up fastballs all day today.
2 deep hits from him.
Yeah, he's been He's been on every fastball he's seen, and he ripped that. Fisher went back, got right to the wall, and it just get over the left field wall, and that 3-run homer is a dagger for the Giants, and it certainly got the Laramie bench up and pumping.
It's a very daunting task now for these Giants to come back from 6 with only 3 innings to play.
8-2 ball game now as the first pitch here to the lefty. Buchanan misses away, 1-0. 3-run homer from Branch, who stands to pick up the win as the pitcher. That's hit right back to Costiel. He goes to first for out number 2 this inning. Seen a few homers this week. This is a big ballpark. As you go around the state and play in American Legion ballparks, this is legit pretty big. And with that wind blowing in, not a place that sees a lot of home runs. But we've had our fair share.
Yeah, almost one every game.
This week, yeah. Almost. At least one a day, you can be assured of a home run. Pitch on the outside corner. It's 0-2 here quickly on Hoyt. For every home run hit, the concession stand is giving away free beer. That pitch foul back. There is no beer, right? Tell me.
I don't think so.
Otherwise, I'm buying everybody a beer. Hoyt's behind the count, 0-2 now to Costiel, who pitch count or nothing. Costiel's just going to try to finish this out and hope his Giants can get going. That's one's in the dirt, 1-2. And you just feel that let the air out of the sails of the Giants. Jackson, of course, has a lot of fans here, and
it's just gone quiet.
They have gone quiet. And Laramie got real loud, and whoa, Xander Witt goes up and over the fence chasing that ball. He's okay. Xander ran a long way from his second base position for that foul ball. It was
a pretty graceful fall, though. Just kind of jumped over the fence, popped back up, jumped back over. Certainly an athlete.
Very good athlete. He's a great wide receiver if you've watched him play football.
I can see that.
Yeah, a ton of speed. He's your outside burner. He just got pretty good hands. Good football player. 1-2 still now on Hoyt, the second baseman, as Costiel deals. That pitch hit well for a base hit right between the shortstop and third base, and right between Hammond and Wiley. And that was ripped.
Single for Sam Hoyt. Brings up number 7.
Costiel, normally your 2-inning late game relief guy is starting to maybe run out of gas, and Coach Huggins thinks so as well. He makes the trip to the mound, and that's going to be
just hit 59 pitches.
That'll be all for him. Yeah. We'll see a pitching change. Aaron, what do you want to do? What does Aaron say? Got spots to clear. We can break if they do make the change. I do if they do make the change. Let's make for sure. And this Wiley Wilkes is running around. I don't know we'd see him again. No, it's Garner is going to come in and work. So, yeah, we will get the pitching change. So we'll take that break as Laramie leads this one here in the top half of the fifth. It's 8-2 Rangers over the Jackson Giants with the pitching change. We'll duck out. You're enjoying Jackson Giant Baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every game of the AA State Tournament from Jackson. And it's made possible by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
Dad, I heard that human eyes can distinguish between 1 to 10 million different colors. Is that true?
That is true. The human eye is amazing. We use our eyes not only to work and learn, but also to simply enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we care about each individual's eye health needs. Whether a person is looking for computer glasses, polarized sunglasses to assist in outdoor hobbies, contact lenses, or has general eye health needs, we are here to listen to our patients' thoughts and concerns to help them enjoy their amazing eyes.
Call today to schedule an appointment. 789-3937.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions, 133 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
And we're back here as Ethan Garner comes in for the pitching change, replacing Tracing Castile.
First pitch strike to Moniz. Garner inherits a runner at first. That's Hoyt. He also inherits a 6-run deficit. Thankless job of the relief pitcher in a game like this, but still not out of reach yet for Jackson. We've seen six-run leads go away as Garner checks the runner and deals right on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 now on Moniz. 2 out, and another big inning for Laramie.
They put up 3 here.
They put up 3 in the second, single runs in the first and fourth. Only 1 inning they did not score. Moniz strokes this into center straight away, and that was a shot. You could hang clothes on that line. Nobody hang dries clothes anymore, though, right?
Single up the middle for Moniz.
That's the 8th hit for these Laramie Rangers.
They are hitting. They have not. Their hits have all been like real. It's nothing you said, oh, that was a dribbler. Like they have been smacking it pretty good. You go to the top of the order with Ben Malone. He skies this one. Should be the 3rd out if it's playable, but it won't be. It lands just behind the Jackson dugout. So 0-1 on Malone. He's had another good day. I remember one big key hit from him, or a sac fly anyway.
And he had the leadoff double in the top of the first.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. He makes this team go. This classic leadoff hitter, usually a fun shortstop to watch. Oh, he's got a couple errors to his name in this one. Garner deals, breaking ball, just misses inside. 1-1 to Malone. 8-2 Laramie. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to tomorrow's game. Pitch from Garner. Whoops, that left his hand in an awkward way. It's 2-1.
Yeah, and Hoyt's still on second, Moniz on first. Neither of them really taking a big lead. Well, now Moniz is, because Huggins is off the bag.
That pitch hit well to right center. We'll see if well, it's going to be the right fielder trying to track it down and makes the catch.
Yeah, Xander Witt there. Good play.
Xander Witt looked kind of scrambly doing it. I think Garner would have made it look smoother. Xander made it look more exciting. But, whoa, that ball hit a long way to right. And finally, the 5th is over as we move to the bottom half of the 5th anyway. It's 8-2 Laramie over Jackson. We'll be right back with more on the Giants home Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming the AA State Tournament from Jackson, made possible by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
Water testing, community enhancement grants, seedling trees and wildflowers, classroom lessons and specialty workshops, composting and conservation of water and soil. The Uintah County Conservation District is here to serve Uintah County residents. Visit our website today, uintahcountycd.com.
I buckle up because there's been too many fatalities around our house where somebody would have survived if they'd been wearing their seatbelt.
I definitely wear my seatbelt to keep him safe.
I wear it just for safety.
I buckle up because my mom makes me.
I buckle up to set a good example for my kids and to make sure they stay safe.
Getting home safe to my family.
I buckle up because it keeps me safe. Go Pups, buckle up!
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
We'll play.
Back here for the bottom of the fifth, Jackson got a hold of dig out of 8-2. Max, what happens if Laramie wins?
Well, it looks like they play the winner of Casper versus Cheyenne, but they already played against Casper in the first round. So if Cheyenne wins, they're going to play them, and if Casper wins, I'm assuming they're going to play against Gillette. But a lot of scenarios that can happen because, as Aaron just said, you can't play a team twice until, obviously, the latter stages.
Xander Witt, who got turned around on that high, long fly ball, will lead off, and he takes inside for a ball. It's Mason Branch has gone the whole way. If you haven't been following along in the tournament, top seed Sheridan Troopers are gone. The second seed perennial favorite, defending state champ Cheyenne Post Sixers are still in it without a loss as Xander lines out to Hoyt at second, throws his bat. He didn't care for that. Good hit, but just right at Hoyt.
Yeah, we just can't find the gap here.
Other aspects of this tourney is these upstart Casper Oilers, as they pulled off a couple shockers. They beat this Laramie team on Monday, and then they took care of the Sheridan Troopers, the top seed, and wonder if they're the ones who've got anything for the Sixers. That pitch low to Garner.
Yeah, I got to find that at 7.
Can't count out Gillette Riders. They've been fun. Jackson upset Gillette on Monday, but Gillette pulled a big game off. Who did Gillette just beat?
Sheridan. Yeah, beat Sheridan.
Sheridan, yeah, to knock them out. So, yeah, Gillette's dangerous as can be. 1-1 on Garner. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom fifth. Jackson trail Laramie here 8-2. Branch deals. That pitch fouled off, and Garner was late on the fastball on the outside corner. So Branch still bringing it. What's his pitch count? He's been efficient. 66. He's had a real good game keeping these Jackson bats quiet. Just the 2 runs.
Yeah, 67 pitches, 43 strikes. Pretty good ratio there.
This is inside to Garner. It's 2-2. Yeah, he's given up 4 hits. His team has committed 3 errors, so that's 7 miscues he's had to deal with in just the 2 runs. So that's been pretty good. Giants have committed 3 errors as well. We talked about just can't afford to make mistakes in pressure games like this. Chop foul back to the screen by Garner. Still 2-2. Been perfect weather for this state tournament here in Jackson. They picked a great week to host it. As Branch steals the 2-2 to Garner, it's outside. He's run it full now.
No, it certainly has been a perfect week. I mean, there was that thunderstorm Monday night, but it seems like that didn't hinder the field at all.
No, we all scattered out of here just as it was coming, and then it hit right after the last game was played. It was fine. Branch with a payoff pitch, hit well down the right field line. If it stays fair, it does. It'll roll to the wall. Garner's got 2, maybe 3 if he wants it, but he doesn't. As Buchanan, a little slow getting to that in the right field corner, but Garner realizes a triple is doubles as good as a triple. You need 6 runs here.
Yeah, no reason to push, get in the extra base and get that second out.
Cruises into second with a 1-out double. Bring up Trace and Costill.
Maybe this is where we start to mount our comeback.
We've seen some home runs, and this is a guy you think of when you think of home runs for the Giants. 8 on the year, but yet to hit goal yard here in the postseason. Branch pitches a sweeper outside, 1-0. His releases, you talk about guys who hide the ball. Branch is not one of them. He shows you the ball. He's got a long arm. He kind of holds it out there and gets a lot of whipping action from his size. He's tall, probably 6'2", and lanky. So he generates all that whip. But when he holds the ball in that right hand and delivers it, he lets you see that all the way. And that's on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. He's still throwing hard after 70 pitches.
Yeah, 73 now.
1-1 count on Costiel. He just needs one pitch. I'm sure he'd love to just feel good about ending his season here with something long and deep to left. That's on the outside corner. Moore did a nice job to pull it back in for the umpire.
Yeah, that one could have gone either way.
1-2 now on Costiel. Scoreboard operator doesn't think it was a strike. Neither does Strayson. 1-2 pitch coming from Branch. He's got Garner at second, but not straying far from the bag, really. They're setting up outside. Looks like they want to go away. They do, and Costiel hits it to right center. This one, trouble. And Buchanan can't handle it. This will be another double. Jackson goes back-to-back doubles. Here comes Garner to home, and he will not draw a throw. So that works. It's 8-3 now. Giants trail by 5.
Yeah, when Costiel hit that, I thought it was going straight into the right fielder's glove, but it just kept flying.
It did. I mean, we've had that crosswind. That might have had something to do with it. Wind blowing left to right.
It was spinning to the right, so that could have contributed to it.
Yeah, you got it spinning to the right and the wind helping it right. It makes it a tough play for Buchanan. Witt showed you just how tough that fly ball to right is. He had a couple of twists and turns to catch that one, and now they're going to talk things over. Mason Branch still got gas in the tank, you would think, so nobody warming in the bullpen that we see. 8-3, 1 out. Runner at second is Costiel. Back-to-back doubles here have given the Giants a glimmer of hope. Still
got to stay on the gas here.
Yeah. Keep on it. Still a 5-run lead for Laramie. They're not too worried yet. They just want to huddle it up, make sure everybody's okay. Kumbaya moment on the mound, and stepping in is Matt Fisher. He's dangerous. Costiel at second, 1 out. Won't be anybody bunting here. As Mason Branch looks in, he's gone all the way for Laramie. Pitched a really good game. Branch takes a look at Costiel. Not a big lead. He'll come home to Fisher on the outside corner for a strike. Oh, and 1 on that. Outfield straight away. Shaded a little bit to the right and center. Figuring
like Chavez is always shaded a little bit to the right.
Is he? He got the wind pushing the ball that way. Maybe he's thinking that. Fisher used to be a pull hitter. He's now learned to use all the field. He can hit it anywhere. I'd play him dead straight away, but maybe the thinking of Chavez is the wind's blowing this way, and I'll let it bring the ball to me. Pitch to Fisher well inside, 1-1.
Almost nipped him on the elbow there.
Almost. You almost want to take the hit, although that would put a force in play, and you don't really, at this point, you're looking at your last at bat of the season, perhaps. There's no way you're going to purposely get hit.
Yeah, I just want to swing away.
You want to swing away, do something like Ethan and Trayson just did. Pitch to Fisher, swinging away, high fly to right. Hoyt going back, Buchanan coming in. It'll be Hoyt. No, and he dropped it. That's a tough play for Hoyt. Meanwhile, Costiel had to stick fairly close to second in case.
Finally, a little bit of fortune for these Jackson Giants.
Laramie's so good defensively. We talk about the left side of their infield. Webb at third, Malone at short. They're so solid. Hoyt gets left out of that conversation. He's made plenty of catches today in shallow right field, but he could not pull that one in.
Well, also to note, he was running back. Eyes are in the sun.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Now it's Mason Wright's turn to extend it. You get this low buzz feeling from the dugout that just maybe it's 8-4.
Thought it was 8-3.
No, yeah, run did not score. It's 8-3. That pitch is in there for a strike to right. 8-3 because Costill is at third only. So runners at the corners, 1 out. Jackson trying to get a little back here in the 5th. And then you still got 2 more innings. So not done yet.
Yeah, another 1 or 2 runs here would be huge.
Mason Wright, the left-hander. Right, Branch taking a long look at the runner at first. Now the pitch, foul back to the screen. 0-2 now on Wright. He's a good 2-strike hitter, though. This is when he uses that other side of the field, especially if you try to work him away. He will shoot it to left. But a pretty good 2-strike hitter. He'll still get his swing in. 0-2 now. Branch deals. That hits Mason Wright, and that'll work. That loads him up. And Mason Wright tries to jack up his teammates in the dugout.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, he said that. That's good news. He tries to fire up everybody in that Jackson dugout. Now Aaron Huggins, and we talked about his power. Big strikeout guy, yes, but also a power guy. And he could do some damage here with a ball to the wall in the gap. Jackson Giants wanted every base now. Mason Branch going to stay in there and try to work out of it. As he looks in. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Giants trail 8-3. Outside corner, strike. Nothing on here as Coach Huggins in the third base box just claps his hands, encouraging the boys. 0-1 pitch coming from Branch. He will work from the stretch with men on, trying to hold runners a little bit closer in case of a hit. Pitch to Huggins. That's hit sky high to center. Chavez coming on. Hoyt going out. Nobody's going to get this. That will fall. And the throw home not in time to get Costill, who had to stay close. All the runners had to stick near their bag because it looked like Chavez would get there, but he did not.
And that fell right in between Hoyt, Buchanan, and Chavez, just in that little gap in the middle of right field. Another fortunate break for the Jackson Giants here as Trayson Costill finds his way home.
Perfectly placed. Huggins didn't get it all. He got under it, but that wind moved the ball away from Chavez, who's playing very deep here to keep that an extra base hit away. And he had a long, long run. He's got good speed, but he could not get there. Hoyt, that was an even longer run for him, and he nearly got there. And then had Buchanan, but none of the three could even make a dive at that. Just felt between them all, and you feel the gods are smiling on Jackson now. That couldn't have set that ball down any better. 8-4, now that lead cut in half. Tate Wiley steps in to be the next man up in the hero rotation. Giants at every base. Fisher at third, Wright at second. Good speed. Huggins at first. Branch still in there as the pitcher. The pitch to Wiley right down the middle. Boy, that's a tough pitch to take. I'd like to see more first pitch swinging.
I was thinking the same thing.
That was a grooved fastball, honestly. I would have jumped all over that. But Wiley now 0-1. Branch again, forever looking in for that sign. Gets it and comes set. Pitch to Wiley. Outside corner. No, just missed. Moore tried to pull it in, but it's just off the edge. 1-1. 1 out. Double play gets Laramie out of this jam. Something in the gap gets Jackson within 2. Branch again steers in at Moore, goes through the sequence of signs. They got what they like. And the one-man pitch coming to Wiley. Inside corner for a strike. 1-2. Tate does take a lot of pitches. And another guy who doesn't mind swinging with 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, certainly can't afford to take anything else.
Bridger Hammond on deck. We'll see if Huggins wants to call him back, if there's any kind of bat in the lineup that he likes better. Wiley, the lefty, steps in. Branch deals. That pitch hit well down the right field line into the bullpen, and Wiley got a lot of that, and that had the crowd out of its seat.
That was deep. Probably hit 275.
Woo. Everybody
did a little bit.
Everybody stood and did their bowling lean when you're trying to get the ball to get in the pocket. Close. 1-2. A little bit of a scare for Branch. We'll see if he settles. 1-2. Still ahead in the count. 1-2 pitch coming to Wiley. That's high for a ball. 2-2. Still only one out. If Wiley can't do it, maybe Hammond can. Bases loaded. When this inning began, you get that feeling that Jackson was hanging their heads, thinking they were out of it, but suddenly energy. Back-to-back doubles from Garner and Costiel started the noise, and now bases jacked. Branch, 2-2 pitch, steals to Wiley, swung on, hit the other way, foul. Wiley just trying to protect.
Yeah, that one might have been a little low, but I like him still being aggressive there, not risking the strike.
He's down and in. Wiley pulled his hands in, got the barrel of the bat, still hit it well, fouled it off, trying to get his pitch. Still 2-2 count. Branch trying to figure, what do I have in the arsenal? They can get a swing and miss here. He deals, pitch to Wiley is outside, good take, and it's full count, and Mason Branch takes his customary, I wanted that call and didn't get it, walk. He will take a stroll.
Yeah, he's getting up there. It's 89 pitches for Mason Branch.
Wiley's got to be looking for a pitch here. That looked like it might have been, it was something off speed, trying to catch that outside corner. 3-2, you think he's got to come fastball here to Wiley. Payoff pitch, bases loaded. Inside, walked him, and Tate Wiley, what a very patient at-bat, has an RBI without swinging.
RBI walk for Tate Wiley.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was a fantastic take there on that 2-2 pitch. I certainly thought that nipped the corner, but good eye from Wiley, and then pitched down into the dirt, and Matt Fisher comes home.
8-5 now, a 3-run lead. Bridger Hammond, who's got even a smaller strike zone. No visit from the mound here. It's all up to Mason Branch for Laramie. He deals outside. What a scoop by Moore. That was outside in the dirt. Moore backhanded it.
Honestly, anything but a double play here would be all right with Aiden Graylin on deck.
True enough. If he could just... no double play. Hopefully, even if you made an out, try to get somebody home some way. So even a bunt, or a fly out deep. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. That's kind of a you have to take pitch until Branch can show that he's around the plate. It is Mason Branch's game to win or lose now. He's been really, really good, but in a bit of a jam here in the fifth. 8-5 the score. Laramie still up. Pitch to Hammond. Curve ball, outside corner, strike. Hammond tried to check his swing, but I think it was a strike anyway. Runners now right at third. Good speed in case of a pass ball. Keep that in mind. Huggins at second. That would be a challenge to come home on a single, and Wiley at first. 1-2 pitch coming to Hammond, the right-hander. As Branch sets and deals. Well outside, and what a stab by the catcher Moore. If you're watching the live stream, and I hope you are. For those of you on radio, I apologize. I can't paint it the way Moore stabbed it, but he just extended as far as he could.
That was ball the second impressive backhanded catch by Moore this at bat.
These are run savers that Moore is making behind the plate. These pitches are not easy to handle. 2-2 to Hammond. Swung on, check swing, and they got him. An inside fastball. Hammond was caught in between swinging and gave it a half-hearted swing, struck him out. But Aiden Graylin, he's the man Huggins wants up in this spot. The hottest Jackson hitter all season long. Came into this game batting around the 410 mark, right, Max?
407.
Whew. What a pace he's on. So 2 out, bases still loaded. Branch not out of it yet. Trying to hang on to a 3-run lead are the Rangers. Pitch to Grayland. That's low and away in the dirt. And again, Moore has to make a nice stop. Moore says, settle down, to Mason Branch.
Yeah.
Branch upset
Branch
with
has
himself.
a lot of energy here.
He does, which is good. He doesn't look like a guy panicked or tired. He looks like a guy who's still got a ton of energy. He's trying to just bottle it and channel it. 1-0 to Grayland. On the outside corner for a strike. Good job there as Moore did settle his pitcher down. He focused and painted the outside edge. 1-1 on Aiden Grayland, who's very patient. He said, that's not my pitch. I think there's a better one coming. Runners take their lead at every base. 2 out. Bottom of the 5th. Giants trying to crawl back into one. They trail 8-5. Pitch to Grayland, too far outside.
It's the 99th pitch of the day.
Right here, missing away to Grayland. 99, he's 1 away from 100, and looks like a guy who does not want to come into Grayland. He's missed all 3 away. I think he realizes who Aiden Grayland is, just does not want to come over the plate. Too fat here. The 2-1 pitch, that's hit to the right side. That's a base hit. 1 run in. Huggins comes around third. They're waving him home. This is going to be close at the plate, and he's in. Oh, my. The Giants are within 1.
A little bit of confusion there between Branch and Moore. Looks like Moore actually dropped the ball, went to the backstop, and Wiley advanced from first to third, and Grayland got to second base there.
Good point. After the play, after the throw home, heads up running by Grayland. He's now at second. So the force is taken away. Runners at second and third. Mason right at third with good speed. Or sorry, that's Wiley at third. Grayland at second. And that will be all for right. We'll stay here and kind of strategize along with the Giants. Mac, did you ever think this thing would get 8-7?
I certainly did not. When it was 8-2, I was a little bit concerned. It was
Max went out and started his Jeep. Just warm it up.
I mean, I think 2 keys was Sam Hoyt dropped that ball in the sun, and then Huggins had that one that dropped in the gap. So 2 fortunate mishaps, and then we just got 5 runs. A 5-run rally here in the bottom of the 5th. Just an ideal scenario for these Jackson Giants.
There's been balls legitimately hit. Costiel and Garner going back-to-back doubles. Those balls were whacked. Aiden Grayland's sharp single to right just there. That 2-run single was legit. But there have been also balls, admittedly, that just kind of found grass miraculously.
Yeah, and it looks like for the pitching change, it's going to be the shortstop, Ben Malone.
Malone trying to hang on here, and I can't imagine Laramie thought they were in for a fight. 8-2, headed to the bottom of the 5th, and you had no sense the Giants had any life in the dugout at all. And suddenly, after a leadoff out, it was those back-to-back doubles that had you in the back of your mind thinking, well, maybe, let's see. I'm not totally convinced.
Yeah, and then the pop fly.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
Huggins, Wiley's walk, and then now Aiden Grayland.
Yeah, the balls started falling, bases get loaded, and you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, I am a hometown fan. Come on, Jackson. 8-7 ball game. Laramie knows they're in one here. They had a similar battle on the first day of this tournament with Casper. The Oilers have gone. Oilers still without a loss in this tournament. They looked really good. Sheridan Troopers, if you joined us late, top seed are gone already here on Wednesday. And the Cheyenne Sixers, all anybody ever wants to talk about heading into the postseason, take a back seat to the action right now. Which one of these teams wants to be there? You got your top tier, you're going to talk about Sheridan, Cheyenne. Now you're just talking about Cheyenne. You got Casper, who suddenly have interjected themselves into the conversation. And then you got these scary teams that I don't know if anybody wants a piece of them.
It looks like if the Giants come out on top here, no matter if the Casper Oilers win or lose against the Sixers, we're going to be playing them anyways tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, either of these teams scare me. If I'm still in it and I'm thinking, who do I want to play? Neither one. I don't want the Giants. I don't want the Rangers. They both scare me. Here's Xander Witt to face Ben Malone with 2 men on. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Witt thought it was outside, but look, you've played a whole season now knowing that outside corner's expanded. Runners take their lead at second and third. The 0-1 coming from Ben Malone. Stares over the top of his mitt. Gets what he likes. Full windup he's working. And a ground ball to third. Webb is up with it cleanly. Throw to first, and the inning over. So Malone comes in, does the job on 2 pitches. Giants strand 2, but they played enough to make this a ball game. Don't go anywhere as we move to the 6th. The score, Laramie 8, Jackson 7. You're enjoying Giants baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming all the tournament action from Jackson, made possible by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
Red Devil pride runs deep with the team at Callis Automotive. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders. You'll always find quality products at fair prices at Callis Automotive. We're proud to serve our customers, our community, and our Evanston Red Devils. Stop in today. Callis Automotive, your local Napa dealer.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Get a degree or certification. Earn your high school GED. Get job skills. Become CPR certified. Or use our free 3D printers and tools. These are just a few of the opportunities available at Uinta BOCES number 1. Call 307-789-5742 to learn more.
Back to Giants Field in what has suddenly become an exciting game as the Giants erased an 8-2 deficit, or at least have made it 8-7. Close ball game, but the work not yet done. We still have 2 scheduled innings to play, and the Giants bullpen fast becoming depleted. We've already used Aaron Huggins, started the game, didn't have it. Trayson Castillo, your closer, came on early, and he's gone, and now you're looking at Ethan Garner working in his 2nd inning. So, yeah, pitching going to end up maybe factoring into the final here as Garner deals. Line drive, and Tate Wiley spears it. Are you kidding me? Oh, boy.
What a fantastic catch there. Hit so hard that his hat ended up flying off.
Yeah, and Wiley plays such a... We've talked about it. He plays more than even with the bag. He plays really close to the batter, especially leadoff hitters where you think there might be a bunt. Now, he's backed off some here, but he was playing really tight, and that ball was lined right to him. Full extension and 1 pitch, 1 out here. That one from Garner is high for a ball, 1-0 as he works to the left-hander Chavez. He's had a good afternoon at the plate. Wow, crowd still buzzing over that line drive catch by Wiley. That pitch low and in for a ball. It's 2-0. Pretty good stab. I think Tate was surprised it was in the mid. I mean, that was a shot.
Certainly, he just put his glove up and luckily it fouled it.
That's at the knees by Garner for a strike.
Yeah,
Chavez
these Giants
taking.
have fantastic hand-eye coordination.
Really nice. Castillo has Chavez play well up the middle at short. That ball hit right at the second baseman, Hammond, who had Chavez played to pull. I was just about to mention Castillo up the middle at short, expecting Chavez to pull, and the second baseman, Hammond, swung way around towards the first base bag, all in anticipation of Chavez pulling it, and he did. He hit it right to him.
If we can go 1, 2, 3 against the top of the order here, that might translate to the bottom of the 6th.
That'd be huge. Fly ball center field. Mason Wright on his horse makes the running catch, and they go 1, 2, 3. Giants are jacked up and have all the momentum as they take to the bats here in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 1. You're enjoying Giants baseball on KZ95, Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming all the AA tournament from Jackson, and that's because of the good folks at Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Back to the action. Ben Malone on the mound in relief of Mason Branch. Malone on the mound is pretty good numbers. Normally the shortstop. He's worked 13 2/3. He's 2-2 on the season with an ERA of 6.15, a whip of 2.27.
Also to note, this Laramie Rangers team has completely shuffled around their defense. Chavez goes from center field to left. Herrera goes from left field to right. Branch goes from pitcher to center field. Samoy goes from second base to shortstop. Moniz goes from first to second. And brought in a new first baseman. So 7 new positions for these Laramie Rangers.
Interesting. That may come into play. Good eye, Max, to notice that. They've had to really shuffle things, the Rangers have. Both teams have had to search for what pitcher might have it, because we're at a 15 runs scored now, and we're looking for arms. First pitch from Malone is a ball. Second one taking all the way is a strike on the inside corner to Ethan Garner. Costiel waits on deck for the Giants. Heart of the order. If they were going to do something, it'd be a good time now. Malone deals. That's low and inside. Good pitch.
Yeah, we went through the entire order last inning, so good to see our power hitters back up again.
I notice Malone really keeps the ball down at the knees. That's a pitch you really can't do much with if you're Garner. Outside curveball, tried to backdoor him, and that was really close, too close to take. But Ethan struggles with off-speed away, and I think he was just hoping beyond hope that was a ball. It was 2-2. If Malone comes inside, I think Garner will turn on it. He does, and that's hit to center. And cruising over is Mason Branch. We talked about his center field play is stellar, and he got to that.
I think he was playing a little bit more shallow there. Definitely made a difference.
Well, he plays super shallow, and if Chavez played that shallow, he might have had that one ball in no man's land. Chavez plays deep, Wright plays very shallow, and he's got a ton of speed. So that play, he made that one easily, even with the wind carrying the ball away from him. Brings up Tracing Costiel. Home run here would tie it. First pitch from Malone is in there for a strike. 0-1.
And Costiel's had a good day. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and an RBI.
Very nice. You can hang your hat on that. Had that one throwing error. As Malone deals, that's inside with a curve. He was trying to bend it from Costiel's shoulder to the inside corner, but didn't get enough movement quite on it.
Well, you can see Tatum Moore asking the umpire a question. He certainly thought that one was within the strike zone.
1-1, yeah. You sort of asked the ump politely, did you give up on that ball? Because it curved in the corner, but you don't ask it quite like that. That's right in the same spot with a fastball, and again missed. So consistent. Ball 2. It's 2-1 on Costiel.
Yeah, he's certainly been consistent about favoring the outside corner versus the inside corner.
Infield and outfield straight away. Shallow and center is all. As Malone deals, popped up out of play. Yeah, no play for Moore, who rips the mask off and takes a look. 2-2 now. Not a great swing by Costiel, who was ahead in the count. I thought he'd really tear into that if Malone came over the middle, and he did. That looked like a hittable pitch. Tracy wants it back. 2-2 count. Nobody on. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Costiel hits it back up the middle. Didn't get a lot of it. Slow roller up with it, and an error. That would have had to been a hurry play for Hoyt.
Yeah, even if he got that, I don't think he's throwing out Costiel there.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Max. Everybody's moved positions just about. Hoyt is the second baseman who has moved to short. Normally Malone plays there, and that's a play where shortstops know they got to charge it hard because you got a long throw. You can't wait. Hoyt was not exactly coming hard on it.
Yeah, he was quite hesitant to move towards it, let it roll to him, and just not enough time.
Had a ton of English on it as well, and that just squirreled out of his mitt. Brings up Fisher. And a good curveball there from Malone. It's 0-1. So Costiel's on with, I believe, what they're going to call an error.
Yeah, it was.
I think they have. That's Laramie's 5th error, and that's not like the Rangers. Fisher trying to get something going. 1 out, 1 on. Costiel doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Not a big lead. Pitch from Malone, swing and a miss, and a good breaking ball. Fisher shaking his head, saying, I know I chased that. 0-2 now on Matt. Costiel takes his lead from first. Waiting on deck, Mason Wright. Dangerous hitters everywhere you look. Fisher trying to be the next guy. Costiel on the run. Fisher hits it high in the air to left. Drayson's going to have to go back to first. Camping underneath it is Chavez, and he's got it. That ball was in the air forever. The pitch was high for Malone. Maybe not one that Fisher wanted, but you can't be too picky with 2 strikes, and he just couldn't get on top of it. Got underneath. Ball held up in the wind, and Chavez makes the catch. There's 2 out now. Costiel can't go anywhere. He's still at first. Mason Wright. Costiel with average speed, at least compared to his teammates. So if Wright hits something in the gap, to third be about the best he could do unless something bad happened. Malone misses here, low and in. 1-0 on Mason Wright. Wright, a left-hander. Malone looks in, takes a peek at Costiel. Nothing going on, but he's going to throw over there anyway. Tracing back easy.
Yeah, I only expect Tracing to try to steal if it's 0-2 or 3-2. Not going to risk it.
Jackson's 5 spot in the 5th came out of nowhere and has made a game of it. Fastball right down the middle, and Mason Wright takes it's 1-1. Jackson had a 2-1 lead after the first inning, and then Laramie just kept adding and adding until it was 8-2, and it looked all but over.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a key here for Mason Wright to get on base, because I would love to see Aiden Graylin come up to bat in the bottom of the 7th.
You're already thinking ahead, Max. Throw over to first. Costiel back easily. Oh, now they're going to call a balk as Malone did not break contact with a rubber before he threw over. He's got a kind of a jump move, and when he jumps, I think he still had his foot on the rubber.
Yeah, he did.
Umpires can see better than I can, but that allows Costiel to second. That could be big. Trayson, I think no matter what, you wheel him on a base hit. Anything hit to the outfield, Huggins got to be taking his chances. Even though on deck you still got bats with Aaron Huggins, I think you wheel Costiel on anything here. Just try it, although Mason Branch has a hose in center. Malone's pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 1-2, good breaking ball there.
He's got a nasty breaking ball.
He does. Not afraid to throw it to a left-hander. Malone's a righty, so his ball is coming into a left-hander on that curve, and that one caught the inside corner. Mason Wright, a good 2-strike hitter, though. 1-2 on him. The lefty's ready. Malone's ready as he takes a peek at Costiel. The pitch swung out and missed. Ben Malone gets Mason Wright swinging to end the rally. Jackson down to their final inning. 6 in the books. With the score, Laramie 8, Jackson 7. You're enjoying Giants baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every AA state championship game, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
Freeway Tire offers a nationwide service protection plan that covers service parts and labor on select systems, keeping your vehicle on the road. Plus, it includes coverage for towing, lockout service, flat tire changing, fuel, oil, and water delivery service, and jump starts. Knowing that your vehicle is covered at over 50,000 dealer locations nationwide provides that peace of mind wherever you are. Get the details. Visit Freeway Tire and ask about the service protection plan. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Welcome back to the top of the 7th here as the Jackson Giants trail 7-8 against the Laramie Rangers in this 3rd round of the AA state tournament.
High fly ball in the infield, playable. Costiel under at the shortstop. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Buckle up for life, Wyoming. Buckle up for a wild finish, Jackson. As we head to the 7th, and this has been a fun one.
Yeah, I love this change of putting Ethan Garner in. He's seen 5 up, 5 down.
Garner, yeah, has been really solid. Mason Branch steps in. He's done a ton of damage at the plate, swinging a miss. Branch with a really good start, then ran into a tough inning, and they might have left him out there to overcook a little. Threw over 100 pitches. Swing and a miss from Garner. It's 0-2 on Branch. Ethan's throwing something that these Rangers aren't just able to barrel up. Branch has hit everything he's seen, but he swung and missed on 2 of those. That one's chopped foul. He's a dead pull hitter. Keep an eye on Fisher in left. I would be more toward the line. Branch has pulled everything.
Yeah, pulled that 3-run homer.
In center right is well over into the left center gap. Infield is shifted around as well. That pitch outside, Garner overthrew it. 1-2. Yeah, Branch has just pulled everything. So he either throws softer than he can even hold back his swing, or you work him inside and dare him to pull that and keep it fair. Oh, he hit that one a ton. Will it stay fair? No, but that was a shot. Fisher will track it down about 10 feet foul. Down the 330 line. And whatever that was, Ethan Garner, don't throw it again.
Yeah, something off speed outside corner would be ideal here.
I like that. 1-2 now on Branch. The trouble is, if you leave that over the plate, fastball down and in, misses, it's 2-2. You either come inside to a pull hitter and just assume he's not going to be able to keep it fair, or yes, you go soft away, one or the other. 2-2 pitch from Garner, soft away, and just what Max said, that's a pop fly, right field, or is Wright going to take it? He will. As Witt was under it, but that's a center field's ball, anything they can get to. Mason Wright at the last minute told X-Man, I got this, and he did. 2 out.
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down there. Brings up Aiden Buchanan. He's 1 for 2, 2 runs scored.
How big is the last licks? Giants have not been the designated home team in this tournament yet, as that pops off Aiden Grayland's mitt and into the screen well high by Garner. But by virtue of being the home team in this one, of course, you got a chance to walk it off. Last licks at the plate. Garner's 1-0 inside for a ball. 2-0 on Aragon, who is coming in the pinch hit. Infield pretty shallow for the pinch hitting right-hander. Garner deals, took a little bit off, swing and a miss. Aragon 2-1 now. Last thing you want to do is walk anyone here. Aragon not likely a home run candidate, so you probably can't get hurt too bad letting him swing, and fouls one there. It's 2-2. Now you go for your strikeout pitch. What's your best pitch if you're Garner?
I mean, I love this off-speed curve.
Yeah.
I'd definitely go at that again.
I do, too. It had Branch off stride a batter ago. Fastball away. Aragon got a piece. 2-2. Maybe now, Max, after he's seen that fastball, you slow it up on him, pull the string. Nobody on, 2 out. Top of the 7th. Laramie still has that 8-7 lead. Pitch from Garner, swing and a miss on a soft away that Mitchell called. Throw to first on the drop strike, and Giants have done it. 1, 2, 3 for the Rangers. So they've done it defensively. Do they have the bats to win it? They're down 1 as they come to take their last at bats here in the bottom of the 7th. Jackson Giant baseball on Jackson Hole Radio, mylocalradio.com, live streaming every AA state tournament game, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
And we're going to stay live here. We have no more commercials here at the midway point in the 7th inning, but huge chance for the bottom half of the Jacksonville lineup. Due up is Aaron Huggins, who's 1 for 2, the run and RBI. Then Tate Wiley's on deck, followed by Bridger Hammond.
Sounds good. Jackson at least 1 to extend this game, 2 to walk it off. Big thank you to the crew back in Evanston, mylocalradio.com, their commitment to sports and their decision to live stream every A state tournament game and every AA state tournament game, not just their teams, their home teams that they follow, but every game. And that's huge. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys at mylocalradio.com. Happy to be a part of it and help you out with some play-by-play and share our normal Jackson Giant broadcast with our friends at mylocalradio.com as they bring you the live stream of these games from Jackson. Who's that on the mound? Still Malone.
Yeah, it is still Malone.
And Ben Malone trying to pick himself up a save here as he works in his 3rd inning.
Yeah, he's gone 1 1/3 with no hits and 1 strikeout. So solid performance from him.
He's been good. The starter was good until he wasn't. Branch. And Aaron Huggins trying to lead things off for the Giants. Anything works here. A walk, hit by pitch, single. Malone's not been very wild, so I would get aggressive here. If you like the first one, and what's not to like about that? That's a strike.
Yeah, he certainly had trouble hitting his curveball.
Malone's been around the plate. That looked like the breaking ball, something off speed for a strike. 0-1 now on Huggins. Malone deals the pitch. Smog on a missed. And Malone ahead in the count, 0-2. Tate Wiley waits on deck, the left-hander. These are the guys that were part of the little rally last inning as Huggins fouls that off, or 2 innings ago in the 5th.
Certainly a very different look with Malone versus Mason Branch.
Yeah, he gives you a whole different deal. That pitch is very close. Malone wanted it. Huggins got a break. It's down and in, I guess, 1-2, but way too close. I will not take anything that close again. Ben Malone looks in, working from the full windup. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom 7, Giants at bat. Pitch, small, got hit well to center, but there's Branch. Anything hit to center field, and that's what you're going to hear from me. There's Branch. Mason Branch had no problem with that one. He had Huggins play pretty much straight away and was able to get to that without too much trouble. It was hit well. But
it's 2 times at a shallow position. It was paid off here.
Yeah, he's just so fast. Might want to hit something to the corners or just hit it clean out of here. Tate Wiley will step in, and a little pause here. What's everybody waiting on now? I guess waiting on Tate. He steps in, rearranges the batter's box, the lefty, as Malone works to him. First pitch, backdoor curve is misses low, 1-0. Malone's starting some hitters out with that breaking ball, trying to work to his fastball.
I think he's done it almost every time.
Yeah. That pitch outside with a heater, 2-0 now on Wiley, who drew that key walk in the rally 5th.
Yeah, I was just thinking that would be massive to draw another one.
He's pretty good at working the count. Doesn't often swing at that first pitch. 2-0 from Malone. That's outside corner for a strike. 3-1.
2-1.
2-1, yeah. Wiley was hoping that was a little bit wide outside for him. We'll see if Malone comes in with another strike. 2-1 pitch. Try to backdoor curve again. That one did not have the bite. And it is 3-1 now on the left-hander. What's Wiley doing? A 3-1 count. Normally,
I mean, I expect a fastball here, so I say get after it.
Yeah, he's just not that. He's almost the kind of hitter that doesn't get on until there's 2 strikes. That's in there for a strike. He tried to sell it I would have thought that was coming from Tate. Full count now, and now he's a good two-strike hitter because he doesn't try to do a lot. If you work him in soft, he'll pull it. If you try to throw him hard away, he'll shoot it to left. Very good two-strike hitter, and he's got a good eye for the plate. That pitch, chop, foul, and again, he stays alive. I agree. You and I would be aggressive on 3-1, but I just knowing Tate's mindset, that pitch has got to be 3-1. It's got to be perfect.
Yeah, and he's battled every time it's been a full count.
Yeah, he doesn't turn on until
really
it's
hard to strike him out.
Till it's full, yeah. Payoff pitch coming again to Wiley. Malone rocks, steals, curveball, got him. Dan Malone with a big hook. And Wiley had given up on it. That was a big bender. And it dropped right in there for a strike. It'll bring up Bridger, Hammond, Giants down to their last out, and a visit to the mound of Malone. And not sure anybody's going to take the ball from him at this point.
Yeah, he's been rock solid.
Yeah. One good thing is Malone's a low ball pitcher. So many of these American Legion pitchers we've been seeing are up in the zone, trying to overthrow it. Malone really works down, and that will help him with a guy like Bridger Hammond, who does not present a very big strike zone. And that might have been part of the convo right there, is get ahead on this guy, because he's probably not first pitch swinging. I mean, that's what you're thinking if you're Laramie. Get ahead, groove one first pitch, because this guy's trying to work a walk is what you might be thinking. First pitch, though, is, again, that first pitch curve, and he missed. 1-0.
That's his go-to pitch, so I don't mind him not throwing the fastball.
He feels comfortable with it. Yep, first pitch, but that one well outside. 1-0 pitch from Malone. Outside corner for a strike, fastball. Hammond taking. It's 1-1 now. 2 outs. Jackson trail 8-7. They trailed by as much as 8-2, but have battled back. 5 in the 5th helped that. Pitch to Hammond, swung out, fouled off, right side, out of play. And now Malone has him where he wants him, 1-2. Branch playing second base just about. He has really moved in at center. All the outfielders playing fairly shallow. 1-2 pitch to Hammond. Curveball. Oh, my. Looked like the same pitch to Wiley. Everybody on the Rangers was headed for the dugout.
Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't have gotten that call in the last at bat.
Bridger got away with one there. That certainly looked like a strike. 2-2 pitch coming up to Hammond now, and he better be ready because anything close. Malone deals. That pitch chopped, slow roller to first. Going to scoop and throw to Malone, covering, and they got him. Nice play by the first baseman, Aragon, who's just in the game, and he throws it underhand to the covering pitcher, Malone, and that'll do it. The Giants go in order in the 7th, and this one's a final. Despite the scare, the Giants' season is over. And we'll wrap things up in a minute. You guys don't need to take a break, do you? Max, you want to go through some stats, and I'll come inside?
Yeah, quite an up-and-down game. Laramie scored 1 run top of the first, and then we answered to score, make it 2-1. And then 3-run home run by Mason Branch in the top of the second to make it 4-2, and they scored again top of the 4th to make it 5-2. Then a 3-run inning in the top of the 5th to make it 8-2, and then that massive Jackson Giants comeback in the bottom of the 5th. Scored 5 runs in there, 8-7, headlined by a double by Tracy Costiel, double by Ethan Garner, but just in the end of the day, couldn't get it done the last 2 innings, and concludes the Giants season on a disappointing loss.
Yeah, they left it all out there. Good comeback just to do that. You got to feel better about yourselves, but came up just that much short. Congrats to Laramie. They'll move on, and we hope you stay with us despite our hometown Jackson Giants being out of it. Still a lot of good baseball to be played here at the AA State Tournament. You'll find it all on mylocalradio.com. Let's turn things over to Aaron Poling, and he'll wrap things up with the post-game show. It's been our pleasure all season long. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Max Mitchell, and we'll see you again next year on the Diamond.
Welcome back inside the Union Broadcast booth as we are in the middle of 2023 AA baseball, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, as It is time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap as the Rangers take care of the Giants 8-7 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. What a game that was. As right after Laramie broke it open, it seems like the Giants would come right back as we go to the ball game. As we're going to grab the box score real quickly. As Laramie got out to a 1-0 lead, the Giants answered with 2 in the bottom of the first. Laramie scored 4 in the top of the second, take a 4-2 lead. They'd score 1 more in the fourth. They'd score 3 in the fifth, courtesy of the Mason Branch home run. The Giants scored 5 in the bottom of that inning to make it 8-7. That's where the score held to the finish. As it is time for your Dr. McKay Franklin precision play of the game, and for that, it has to be the Mason Branch home run, which now sits as the game-winning RBI. It was actually himself as he touched home plate as the game-winning run. And it is time for your Pepsi player of the game. That is What I Like, brought to you by Western Wyoming Beverages. And I think we're going to have to give it to Mason Branch. He gave up 7 runs in his 4 2/3 third innings pitched, but only 2 of those were earned, as Mason Branch also went yard, driving in 3 runs at the plate, having 2 hits, scoring another one, as Mason Branch is the Pepsi player of the game. Join us tonight as we will have the nightcap, the Casper Oilers taking on the Cheyenne Sixers. Until then, have a good night.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.